What's going on, brothers? What is going on? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport. We are here again for yet another future classic show. If you can hear me loud and clear, please press on one in the live stream chat. Mayday, Mayday, check on two, check on two. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here in the live stream chat? I see Senku Ishigami. Awesome. Who else is here? Who's in the building? It is hot over here in the UK, brothers. So if I sound a bit hot, don't blame me, please. It's boiling over here. My goodness. But who's here? Who is here? Okay. We got 7 people watching so far. Is it audio good, Phil? Can you hear me, Phil? Is my audio good?
Yeah, I hear you, no problem.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so yep, thank you for the ones. Okay, let's get straight into it. So welcome, brothers, to another show. Hope you're doing well so far throughout the week. I'm your host, Mr. International Passport, with the co-host, Mr. Theo for yet another future classic live stream. Theo, how you doing today, brother? You good?
Yeah, it's been a hot day, so I wasn't able to exercise as much as I wanted to. I kind of died at a certain point during the day, so yeah, it's just really hot. But it's actually not so bad compared to normal Texas summers. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Damn, bro. I'm boiling over here, bro. I'll be real with you. It's been a hot day. I don't know what's happening. It was cold last week and it was hot today, bro. I'm not used to this weather, brother, but it is what it is, bro. So let's get straight into it, brothers. Okay, so brothers, welcome to a future classic live stream. You can see in the title, the Black Tax and 5 Ways America Set Black Men Up for Failure Forever. Okay, so me and Theo are going to discuss several points as to the games and trickery that America has played against black men, and these points should encourage you to become passport bros. Okay, but within that point, okay, is the black tax. Okay, so before we go further into it, let me define what the black tax is. Okay, so the black tax is a family tax that a lot of black men go through, and it's when dad, mom, or other family members are consistently asking you for money, all right, for something. It may be $200 per month. It may be more than that. Okay, so if you're giving away that amount of money every month, okay, how can you build wealth? Okay, that is money that you can put into a stock, into a fund, an ETF that will build you wealth in the future. The reason why we need to address this topic is because, you know, we live in a time where uh, you know, racial wealth gaps are widening, right? Further and further. Okay. So what I'm seeing personally is that white people, Indians, Chinese, Arabs don't have this tax system in their own family where the dad and the mum are asking them for money, right, all the time. Now I'm not saying that now, me personally, right, I'm not against helping out family. Okay. However, okay, we as black men don't have generational wealth. Okay. We need to be building towards the future. Okay, so that is what the black tax is. Okay, now let's go in further into what the implications are, right, on in that particular system that black men face, right. So press on one in the live stream chat if you're currently going through that, if you've been through that in the past. Okay, because I find that a lot of brothers are going through this, right, helping out dad, helping out mum, helping out whoever consistently. Okay, how are you meant to build wealth, right? How are you meant to uh you know do courses to build your career up? Okay, if money is constantly coming out of your pocket. The other stream the other day, right, a brother had a very important crypto coin. Okay, and if he didn't sell that coin, it would have 3x, but he had to sell it to help out his family member. Okay, and that's my point there. White people, Indians, Chinese, Arabs, they don't go through this stuff, bro. They don't. So if you can't build wealth, right? If you can't build wealth in America or in a different country, you're essentially a failure. Let's keep it real. you are essentially a failure. Break it down for us, Phil. What's your thoughts on this black tax issue, brother? Have you personally been through that yourself, brother? Break it down for me, bro. You're mute.
Yeah, I've been through some of these points. I mean, I still have an aunt, and I have to give her $200 a month, and my view was to simply increase your cash flow in order to deal with this, and of course, work remote. But I have to admit, again, with my white friends, they're not talking about these kinds of problems on the level, the degree that we have them. And I mean, they have some issues, but not nearly as bad. Plus, they have inheritance. So, like I always say with my parents, my parents both died on the same day. And the only inheritance I got from them was grief and the reason to go to therapy. I didn't get one penny. But my white friends, they got plenty of money from their inheritance. So this is an issue. It's not just affecting Black people, but I think it's affecting, in the Western world, it's disproportionately affecting Black people, because if the women in particular are choosing divorce and welfare, there's nothing for building. Building isn't possible, so there is no generational wealth that is possible to be transferred. And as you notice, again, I'm sure you notice, I noticed myself, when I talk to ABW about generational wealth, they think it's like some sort of foreign concept. They think basically it's just today, and what can you give to me today? That's it. Passing on wealth to children in the future is alien to them. Just go to the government and get more money. That's not how we operate as a group. So I understand that if we're going to talk about from this perspective, yeah, this is an issue, even in the Western world. Oh yeah, this is an issue.
But yeah, I would say it's probably one of the biggest issues affecting Black men right now, bro. I'm being honest with you, Phil, because if you're giving away, let's say $500 per month, brother, to family because they need it, right? That money should be going or can be going to a stock, a crypto, ETF, a fund, right? To give you wealth in the future. All right. And it ain't fair for Black men to be going through this, man. It just isn't fair. Right. So for example here, right, Phil, okay. Now when we look at, white people, Indians, Chinese, personally, I have never come across any one of them in the UK that have told me I give my parents money or family or cousins or siblings regularly, brother. It's the other way around, Theo. They're giving them money, Theo, for education, to help towards a deposit for a house or apartment or, education or car. Brother, it's just like what we go through, Theo, right? That right there can set Black men up for failure, bro. Let's keep it real, Theo. It can set Black men up for failures. Break it down, bro.
Okay, so what I say is, all you have is there's a limitation. So if it's $500 a month, just work extra. Work so that you can get even more money. Again, when I was first starting out to help my aunt, how much was I making? I was at $240,000 a year. And even during COVID, I gave her $2,000 a month so that she didn't have to work. But during COVID, I was at $600,000 a year. So there is, if you give, there is a degree of possibility that you will, it matters on your thinking and actually working more. This is, again, I guess let me think, how do I really describe this in a rough manner? I remember when I was 27, my parents divorced, and I had to give my mother $500 a month to survive. And I didn't even care about investing at the time, but I was at, how much was I? I was at $60,000 a year, and that was in what, August 2020. But by March 2022, I was at $10,000, or I was at $120,000. Like essentially my wage had doubled. So I guess my point is, if you're not really focusing on increasing your salary, then you're probably going to be in a proximity of your family who's going to be taking money from you. So you need to get away from your family as fast as you can, and then put yourself in a place where they feel either uncomfortable asking money from you, or you just tell them no. And if you deal with it from that perspective, it's going to be okay. But you need to be putting your money into something. It's going to be, sure, you have. I always say, put your money into your career and doubling your wages as fast as you can. So again, if you look, to get an example, I went from 60,000 to 120,000 in roughly 18 months, about 20 months, something like that. That's the way you need to be thinking about how to do it. And also, when I hit $120,000 a year, I wasn't giving any money to my parents at all, because I had taken care of that situation at that point. So, guys, if you're there, if you're listening to this, and you are in a situation where family members are taking money from you, you need to end it as fast as you can, and then focus on increasing your salary. And that's my other criticism is, if your salary has been stagnant for the last 5 years, then you're doing something wrong, and you need to be focusing on increasing your salary anyway.
Great point there, Theo. Now, what do you say to people who have family where they guilt you into giving them money? Oh, I raised you, blah blah blah. You can't help your dad out, your mum out. You know, brothers. A lot of brothers go through that guilt that they're given to by their parents or whoever in the family. I was there for you, blah blah blah. Theo, how would you deal with that, Theo?
You want my honest opinion?
Please.
I as I told my mom, you can die on the street. I don't care.
Damn.
So yeah, I was brutal, and you have to cut yourself off. That's the only way. You really have to do that cut. I didn't even care about what she said. I was in Japan, so that's the thing. You have got to get out of that situation. That you're too close to that person. So I would say the main problem isn't just the money going towards it. They're going to take so much time that you can't even do demi. So you have to cut them off. It's the big thing, guys. You have got to cut them off.
Wow. Okay, Theo. Ooh. Okay, Theo. Damn. Okay.
I remember myself. Again, I think I said it on your stream or someplace else, but there was one time in which I asked my mom, I said, do you think you can treat me any way you want just because you're my mother? And she said, yes, I can. And I just turned the phone off on her. That was it. I was like, I've cut you off. And she had to try to get a contact with me again. She tried this kind of crap with me when I was in Japan, and I just started changing my phone numbers. I made it so that she couldn't get in contact. She'd make multiple email accounts, and I would either cancel my email account or go someplace else or block her. And this is something that continually happened, and I didn't care. I was like, I'm done with you. Like, really, you have gone too far. And the manipulation was at all-time high. I didn't even care. Well, when she died, I was overjoyed, because the real like narcissistic person in my life was gone, and I was just very happy about it. So I think that you guys, you have, if you're having this kind of person in your life who's taking money away from you, effort, time, she's this is particularly for women. She's an impediment for your studies. She's an impediment for you to grow, to increase in your life. You have got to go hardcore and cut those people out of your life. I mean, 100% gone.
Theo, last point here
Hold on,
before I go on.
hold on.
Go on.
I got it. Chat. Jay, sorry, no, I said 600,000, not 60. Okay, go ahead.
So, last point here before going to the next point, Theo, right? So, let's say Theo, right, a brother is making $1 million a year. Okay, family knows about it, and they ask money from you all the time. Let's say around $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. Theo, is it at that point that's okay, or still feel like y'all are grown? Even though it's nothing in my pocket, should they be given money like that, brother, to the family? If they were millionaires like that, Theo, how would you
No,
see if you? Okay, why not?
no, no, you don't. You don't do that unless you see value for it, unless you see a purpose for it. But for the most part, no, not at all. So what you do is, for example, like me, when I sold my crypto, I had about $2.6 million. I put that into a blind trust, and I put that in charge of people who could actually properly administer it, make sure everything was okay. I don't have access to it. So even if you tried to manipulate me, it wouldn't work. There's nothing that could happen. I actually it would take me 2 weeks to actually get money of it. You can't just take it out. And for myself right now, with the money that I'm making, yeah, I put it into investments immediately. So even if on my payday, if you said I need to have $1,000, to be honest, most of the time I've spent my entire wage before I go to sleep. So before 3 a.m., I've already spent it, and that's just to make sure people don't get in my mess or try to guilt me into spending money for them. I put it into investments. That's what I think. I do all my transfers. So yeah, basically, if you got people around you who are asking for that kind of money, there has to be a reason for it. And unless I see a reason, I'm not going to give them anything. So, for example, during COVID, I was giving away $5,000 a month, and that was because, well, I was making sure people weren't evicted, or I thought it from a humanitarian point of view, that was a really smart thing to do. But once it was really over and we were in a better position, I had to go to each one of those people and say, okay, I'm going to cut off your support. And I just kept on cutting it and cutting it. I'm like, you can go back to work. This is go back to your normal way of doing things. And it was hard for them, but I was like, I don't care. You have to figure this out. So if you're not like that, it's not going to work, because they will sit back, leech off of you, and then they'll think they deserved it.
Facts, Phil. Facts. So great point there on the black tax. This is an issue, and brothers, y'all got to do what what y'all got to do, man. In my opinion, like I mentioned, wealth is being taken out of the black man's hand on a monthly basis. How do you build wealth if it keeps coming out your pocket frequently to family members? Again, I'm not against helping out family members, but it must come a point where you got to prioritize your future and wealth building. Okay, so America. Okay, so why is there even a black tax issue in the black community? Okay, so I'll tell you why, brothers. Okay, so we know for a fact that there is a huge racial wealth gap. Okay, and that's why I'll keep it real with you, brothers. Right, I do agree about reparations. I do believe that Black Americans, Black British people, Western Black people, right, Africans, we deserve reparations, because again, we were slaves for 500 years, okay, being forced to work for free, while white man, Chinese man, Indian man is working throughout those years and passing wealth down to his family. Okay, these people have been profiting off slavery or working back in the day, while black people had nothing. Okay, it's only been until the 1960s, 70s where there was some progress in the economic state of black people, but we're nowhere near right white people's status of wealth. Okay, so Theo, you're American, okay? Brothers who watch my channel are also American or any other Western country, okay? America has failed black men, right, in not addressing the racial wealth gap. It comes to a point where hard work isn't enough, in my opinion. Hard work cannot close a racial wealth gap. So if America cares so much about black men, why has it not done anything, okay, to fix that racial wealth gap issue? The black tax exists because there is a racial wealth gap issue, okay? Our grandparents, our black parents, right, didn't have the funds to invest in a mutual fund, in a ETF, in an index fund, or weren't getting paid enough, were denied promotions. Let's keep it real, man, okay? America is against black men, bro. Break it
No,
down for us,
no,
Theo.
no, no. Hold on. We have this issue right now because a lot of ABW are choosing welfare over building with black men in order to make families, and they're using the divorce court and child support in order to transfer wealth from men instead of building with men in order to create more wealth. Because of this, there's nothing that black men can do. This is our main problem. So this has been a choice of them since the 60s. Reparations will not solve this problem. What we need to do, my honest point of view is, I'm against. So I'm against reparations. What
Oh,
I think, yeah, I think that reparations at this point, most people who receive them will squander them. They'll be like the people at, we have the Juneteenth celebrations. How many people died during those celebrations? That's the kind of thing that's the question I ask. So the money would come and it'd just be squandered automatically. So what I say is, give free university to black people if they qualify. So if they can get a certain score on the ACT, SAT, then their university fees are paid for. That would go a lot further because it would require people to study and make something of themselves, and then the scholarship would come in and give them a leg up in society. Regarding comparing yourself to where you are with other people, what can I say? It's not really that smart to do. There is a gap, that is true, but there's also decisions that you make on an individual basis, and those decisions will really determine how much wealthy you are and later on in life, and what you're able to do and what you're able to get done, achieve. So sure, I mean, I have white friends that come from wealthy families who are bums, who are single mothers, who are drug addicts. All that wealth that they have is useless. They're not doing anything with it. And for myself, I'm not. I mean, I came from a humble beginning. Believe me, there was not that much money at all. I'm wealthy now, but you see me, I'm still working. How many people have told me, "Oh, don't work anymore"? I tell them, clam it up. Of course, I'm working. I'm only 51 years old. I'm going to work for the next 20 years. I mean, that's just the way it is. Labor is a part of it. If you're not, a lot of this comes down to individual choice. And if you're not making the choices, you're just going to squander whatever is given to you. And then we'll be in a worse position because if we have reparations, we're not. What's the excuse then? There isn't going to be one. So I say get no reparations, get rid of welfare, have some penalties for single mothers if they're just keep on making baby after baby, then take the children away and put them into foster homes or put them into other families, and then we solve that problem right there of poverty. Then okay, now we have a basis for actually building the Black community, or do what we're doing as passport bros, leave the country, go someplace else, work someplace else, and start over and build something new in another place.
Oh, Theo, I'm gonna push back there, Theo. I personally agree with reparations. I think we need it, Theo. So we need it if we're gonna stay here in the West forever. So let's say a brother ain't gonna be a passport, bro. I think, right, you know, I believe, Theo, that the West in general doesn't like straight black men. That's a fact, Theo. Okay, so and they hate seeing straight black men happy, succeeding, and they will use every single playbook to stop the advancement of straight black men in corporate America, earning great money, opportunities, but even what's it, venture capitalist funds. How many black men are having their businesses, brother, having getting investments from rich funds? Hardly any, brother. Hardly any, brother. So we have a system in the West, right, particularly in America, that is clearly against black men. I mean, we obviously we want to buy a property. We want to, start investing in funds. Start doing what the rich people do. We can't do it in America, Theo. We can't because we don't have that generational wealth, Theo, right, to do what white people are doing.
I invest
To do
every
what
month.
Indians are doing, Theo.
I invest every month. Sure, I make my investments monthly. It's not an issue. I invest a minimum of $6,000 a month. So you can. There are investments. Again, when I was at 125,000, I still invested. When I was at $75,000, I still invested. So there's opportunities for investing. You can definitely do it. You just have
What
to make
about
choices.
what about buying a property? So, for example, Theo, right? So, again, so I saw a
We're
stat.
not buying
Hold on.
properties here.
Okay,
Mm, nope.
but okay, but okay, so but okay, I saw a stat the other day, Theo, right, where there's going to be a 90 trillion handover of wealth from boomers to millennials, Theo. Okay, and hardly black people get anything in that wealth transfer. It's come to a point, Theo, where in the UK, our government said that you know we may have to start giving out £10,000 to people who turn 30 when that wealth transfer happens, because a lot of people are going to miss out on that transfer. And that's going to be black people specifically, Feel, right? So how so hold on, Feel. So let's say, right, a brother doesn't want to be a passport, bro. He's content in staying in America, UK, in a Western country. Okay. And he can't buy a property because he ain't got the backing or the money to do so. But his white mate, right, his white friend can ask his dad or mom, "Hey, dad, I need some help. I need 20K, dad, mom, for a deposit for a house." To give it to him. But for you, how many black people can go to their parents and ask for 20K? I don't know any, Theo, bruv. I don't know any
No,
in the UK, Theo.
you're talking about a white person who hasn't gone through divorce. If you have gone through a divorce, that's impossible. The father doesn't have that much money because the mother took it in the divorce or the lawyers took it. So we're not talking about a mass area. So I would say look at the mothers when they were trying to get pregnant. Were they out in the streets? Well, probably. So if they're out on the streets and not dating respectable men, they're with Chad Tyrone types. Well, of course they don't have any wealth to give to their kids. So that's on the mother. That has nothing to do with white people or government or anything like that. That has to do with ABW and how they're thinking. So I don't think the government should have to compensate for that. Because they're going to try to tax me to compensate for that. Oh, hell no. What I say, guys, is don't build or don't buy property in the West. Like me, I'm not buying property in the West. I want you to know that again, I'm a multimillionaire. I bought, I have my house here in Austin. I was able to get it but most of that was, sorry. My parents were dead. I didn't get anything. I got no inheritance, nothing from them. So I was able to buy a fire sale house, and I was based upon my 401k. I was able to convert that in my IRA into a down payment, and I'm making 600,000. So I put a lot of my money into the house, and within 10 months, I was able to buy my house 100%. But that was me doing it because of my decisions. I have plenty of white friends who cannot make that kind of decision at all. Remember, guys, 2010, I was homeless. 2011, I was homeless. 2012, I had cancer. I got wiped out pretty hard. 2011 was my worst year financially. I had $23,000. That's all I made in 1 year. It's not like I'm rich all the time. I had to really focus on my money and my investments and making sure that I was putting my full amount of money that I could into my investments, and that I was making 20% a year. So I made a lot of smart decisions. It meant that I did the opposite of what women were doing, which was I wasn't going out and having fun. I wasn't spending my money on frivolous activities. I wasn't being wasteful. I was actually focused on getting out. And if you're going to get out and focus, and you need to, if you want to advance yourself, you have got to do that. And at least the system in America allows you to do that. You in the UK, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. It's impossible. Now, because the reason why you're screwed in the UK is that you really do have a glass wall at around 100,000 quid a year. You cannot make above that. So if you have 40% deduction on payroll, that means on a practical basis, the most you can make in a month is 5,000 quid. That's nothing. And even if you study more and more, getting above that is practically impossible to do. That it's maybe it's possible, but the amount of work you're talking about is hard. So particularly you in UK, you can't, like, I can't invest in the UK, but you can't either. You have to gotta take your money, go to another country, work there, work remote, but buy land someplace else. So buy land in Colombia and Brazil, buy land in Costa Rica, in Panama. Go someplace else, but do not invest your money in the West, because there's, in terms of land, because you're not going to make it there. You can't be a player.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Theo. Okay. Okay. No. I mean, we set our points on this point. So the next point I wanted to discuss.
We're never going to make it on the same level as the boomers. What the boomers have done is absolute destruction of the economy. They have been some of the most selfish people ever. What happened with the boomers was the silent generation and the greatest generation poured all of their energy and wealth into the boomers, and then the boomers kept the wealth and made a system where everybody kept on putting money into them. They did not reinvest properly into Gen X, which I am, or other groups as well, millennials, anyone else. So when they die, there's going to be a transfer of wealth. But the big thing is that they did not invest properly into other generations. And this is why these other, including myself, I'm Gen X, why we are so screwed. Because of these boomers. So no, there's not going to be any wealth transfer for us. Nope. But there's a lot of white people ain't going to get anything either. So we got to take that for what it is, go someplace else and make something else new while we still can.
Interesting, Theo. So Theo, you're saying, right, if a brother had, let's say, money, right, to buy a property in the UK, US, a Western country, right, a deposit down, you're telling him, no, don't buy nothing, nada. Take that money abroad, start in life. Is that what you're saying, Theo?
Yeah. So, like,
But
if you're going to buy an Airbnb, for example, in London, if you're going to invest in a property and turn it into an Airbnb, I would say no. Take that and buy 3 or 4 Airbnbs in Colombia. Then you have a much favorable tax rate. Keep on investing and put it into other countries. For example, China, or put it into Tanzania, or put it into Ghana, something like that. That's how you beat the system. But if you have a tax state, particularly what we have in the United States and the UK, you're not going to beat it. There's so many taxes, there's so many places for competition and inflation that you're really not going to have a safe place for investment. So why would you put your money in the West like that? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
So, for you, you're well aware that America, UK, Canada, racing markets through the roof, right? It goes up mostly, brother. Okay, and so property that was worth, let's say, 400k 10 years ago is now worth, brother, if I'm honest with you, 800k to a million in certain parts of the UK feel, right? So, are we sure we should believe in that kind of market feel? You know?
Yeah, you should, because you can get better multiplier effects in another country. Brazil, Colombia, and then you're talking about the capital gains taxes? No way. And then the interest that you're paying on the loans? No. No, man, not worth it. Take your money, go someplace else. That's what I'm doing. I just want to say, personal speaking, I'm not putting my money in this in so much in these markets. I'm putting my money into tech companies. Yeah, that makes sense. But when it comes to real estate, no, no, no. There's too many barriers. There's too much crap. There is too many areas where we can have a correction, and the correction will be devastating to the actual investment. This is why crypto is so important, because crypto is designed to always have value, particularly if you know what you're doing with it. It's not susceptible to a lot of these crashes. It has fluctuations, but the real crashes that are possible within the real estate market doesn't really happen to crypto. So put your money there. That's where you're actually in a safer environment. Put your money into a tech stock, because that actually generates real cash flow. Well, there's plenty of land. Particularly, we're talking about the United States. There's a lot of land. All they have to do is just say, okay, develop this additional areas, and there's more land we can develop. So if you're seeing the value go up by multipliers with a certain period of time, that's a bubble. You don't want to be involved in a bubble, because you're going to lose your shirt.
Okay, awesome, bro. So, great points there. So, next point I want to discuss for you as to how America has failed black men. Okay, is the tech scene, brother. Okay, the job scene, and specifically the tech scene, and I think this is a very important part for black men to realize. Right? Okay, Silicon Valley, right, in California, the tech space in Seattle, right, is on record known for locking out black men. Let's keep it real. Okay. Black men, right, they do everything in their power to lock out black men from these tech scenes. And let me tell you, right, let me tell you the reason why. Okay. Money and wealth is made at these tech companies. If you're lucky enough to get a job at Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix, etc., and also also be given options or RSUs, okay, in the thousands, that can be a life-changing money for you. Okay. Now I look at how you're working at these companies, Phil. Okay. Chinese, Indian, whites, Chinese, Indian, whites. Okay. And I think, in my opinion, right, they are all conspiring, they're all colluding to lock out black men from the wealth generating tech market. Let's keep it a fact for you, bruv. Let's keep it 100, fam. Okay. Right. How is it that black Americans are 13%? Okay. Right. 13% of the population, and they make up single digit percentages. I think even less than 1% in the tech scene in America, Theo, right? That's been done on purpose, Theo, to keep the black man at the bottom,
No,
to keep the black man oppressed,
no,
Theo. Let's keep it real, Theo, bruv.
no. What we're having there, we're going back to ABW, choosing welfare and government assistance over a family. So that means the father isn't there, and the father is the one who's going to tell the son to go into computers properly, to use logic, and to properly invest his time. You have got to be invested. You have got to think in a certain way in order to go into tech. And I find most of the people that we find in tech who are black have fathers. And I noticed this also, like they're trying to get more black people into tech. Of course, if it's a black man, it's usually a Nigerian who has a father. So you can't think in an emotional manner. You have got to have fathers in order to go into tech. And in particular, you got to have that father who brings home a computer and says, hey, son, let's spend the weekend programming together. That's what gets us someplace. That's what my white friends had and my Asian friends had. I just tried to do something in the background. So in California, it's not those three groups also. It's also Persians who are making IT companies. And in all of these cases, they don't care if you're black or not. But very few black men are actually qualified to get these jobs because they haven't spent the time to actually develop their IT skills. And I mean, you're a teacher, I'm a teacher too. How many of them can't read? How many of them like can barely focus their attention properly to achieve a goal? It's a big problem. How many of them can't use Google correctly or even incorrectly? We have issues. So if we're having those kinds of issues there, those are usually issues done because of lack of fathers. And we look at Keisha. Well, Keisha, did you choose the nerd? Because Asian girl chooses the nerd to marry. Persian marries a nerd. Indian marries a nerd. Well, traditionally. White guys, well, they get in there eventually. They fight enough where the nerd actually gets in there. It takes a while, but it actually happens. Black male nerds, are we chosen? Yes, by other races. See, that's the issue. So we can have that ability to become fathers if we're marrying outside of our race, because Keisha ain't gonna marry one of us because we're too nerdy, awkward, right? So if we want to make that family, if we want to make a situation where our black sons can actually make it into tech, and from a generational point of view, well, we need to marry outside of our race, because then it's less likely that we're going to be with a woman who chooses divorce court and welfare as a business strategy for family, and instead chooses the man, the husband, as the backbone of the actual family.
Oh, okay. So Phil, right? But we know for a fact that Phil, the way Indians move, nepotism, the way they gatekeep, brother, right, against brothers, Phil, it's on record that it's a bit shady there, Phil, right? So we normally have white people, right, gatekeeping, but Indians on that time, Chinese too, Phil, but it's proven for, and we know that for a fact, Phil. So if these people are gatekeeping jobs, promotions from black men, right? How can we make more money? How can we build ourselves up? How can we build wealth, Phil? And I know how they move, Phil, man. It's like America doesn't like black men, Phil. It don't like straight black men. That's why we have this passport bro movement, Theo. You know, let's keep it real, Theo. It don't like us, bro. You don't like black men, America.
Well, okay, let me go into this. Yeah, so the problem that you're talking about with Indians is something that we definitely see, but it's not just against black men; it's also against white men. So we have seen this in various situations course, we're talking more privately about this, but this is an issue, right? I don't mind it. I don't care because there's so many companies. I'll just go someplace else. As I told one of my friends, I prefer white racism over Indian racism because at least I know what I'm dealing with white people. So I know how to navigate that situation. So, look, I'm working at a Japanese company right now. They didn't care I was black. They don't care at all. So I would say first, guys, if you really want to get your career into another level, go to another country and work there. I will keep it a stack with you guys. I cannot emphasize enough how lucky I was to start my career in Japan because they were able to take me from beginner level and take me to advanced in a very effective manner. And that would not have been possible in the West. So I would say, guys, that's one reason for you to become a passport bro and actually go out. Regarding the West not liking heterosexual black men, I would say liberals don't particularly like heterosexual black men. And we're seeing this all the time. Conservatives like us. Conservatives don't have a problem with heterosexual black men. they might have their eyes might go up a little bit if we want to marry their daughter. But as long as we're down with it, we're like, hey, look, I want to marry a daughter, make a family. They'll probably be like, okay, fine. So it's the liberals who are the ones who don't like it if you have heterosexual black men who are educated and have their own opinion and are thinking for themselves about what they want to do in life. That's an issue for libs. I'd have to agree with that one. But conservatives, no. So there's plenty of places where we can grow. I'm here in Texas. I have plenty of places I can work in. I'm not worried. I can still maintain that $600,000 a year salary. You guys out there, I would say just improve yourselves as much as you possibly can, but do the passport bro movement and get out of the country because that's where you're going to actually make it. All right? I'm serious. That's where you're going to do it. Tell you the truth, hold on, I'm looking at the chat. Uneducated conservative white men, are an issue. But educated conservative white men usually don't care. They have other things to think about. They just don't. As long as you're not like liberal and talking about how the government should tax these guys to death, they don't care. They're like, hey, let's go to work. Let's get things done. That's how they are.
Awesome. So the next point here, Phil, I want to address, right, is obviously image, right? Image of black men and how America has purposely, destroyed the black man's image, not in America, but worldwide, and pushed out certain words, agendas against black men. For example, the N-word, right? Okay. I don't get why the N-word is not censored in music, in movies, in TV shows. Why is that the only slur, right, I hear everywhere? I don't hear no Indian slurs. I don't hear no white slurs. I don't hear no Chinese slurs. I don't hear any other racial slurs, right, but only black slurs, okay, that is pushed out by the American propaganda machine, right? They do that on purpose, right, okay, to get black men to call themselves that word and demean themselves every single goddamn day, brothers. Okay? That's how much they don't like black men in the West, to the point where they have greenlit a slur on mainstream media. And it's surprising that no one else apart from me in this space speaks hard against that word, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. They do that on purpose, brothers. I'm in Korea last year. I'm walking down the mall. I'm hearing rap music, N-word blasting all over the place, brothers. It makes me flipping angry, bruv. America does that to push out, that word to be associated with black men. We ain't no N-word or any slurs, brothers. But they want you to think like that, bro. They want you to not to demean yourself because the word means dumb. It means stupid. It means low IQ. It means you're less than human. Ain't that right, Phil? That right there is agenda driven, bro.
Yes, but let's just be real. In the last 10 years, who has used the N word more against me than any other group? Black women. They're number one. White people calling me that? Nope. Black women? Yes.
Mexicans.
Mexicans? No. I got Mexicans they're all over the place here. I just go down the street, I start speaking Spanish. Man, no, they're not calling me that. They don't care. Nah. Nah, they're fine. They're making my tacos. No, it's black women. They're the ones. They're the ones who need to stop using that term. And what party are they with? The Democrats. Yeah, they're 100% with the Democrats. So if we're gonna have that word used, stopped by anybody, let's have it stopped by black women first. And also, of course, by us within our own groups. The fact that it is permitted in rap music so much is concerning. And I thought it was as being ethnic or unique, but I don't see it as being useful at all. So they need to get rid of it. Yeah. I think conservative parties should come out and say, we don't endorse this and we don't approve of its usage around us at all. That would go really far and help out the case of black men within conservative political circles.
Facts, Theo, absolute facts, man. And brother, I read I came across an article earlier today, right? And it says, some streamer, right, has named his dog the N-word, and this is a very popular streamer that is listened to by millions of Gen Z kids, brother. That's what I'm saying. It's not worth living in America anymore, brothers. Can you imagine your future son, right, being born today? Imagine the world in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, where the N-word is so widely used, they're calling your son that in school, right? They're calling your son that in school because this Gen Z generation lack a lot of intelligence, if I'm keeping it real with you, brothers. It's like, I don't know what's going on here, bruv. We gotta get out of the West, man. We gotta get out of here, brothers. We gotta get out of the West, man. Like don't you feel right every day, right? Don't you feel less than human in the West? I kind of feel that. I kind of feel like that sometimes. Feel in the UK, I hear the N word everywhere. I don't know if who I'm interacting with sees me as the N word or as a human being. It's crazy, Phil. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so you have to get out of the West because that's not going to happen in other places. So basically, there is a complete teardown in the West. So basically, okay, so we can get a job, right? So that happens. You might say it might be for less, but ultimately you have the ceiling that you have over in the UK. You guys are screwed. So like when I talk to you guys about this, I want you guys to know, my Japanese wife and I, we were trying to get to the UK to work there between 2004 and 2006. And I was in the UK working for a Japanese company 3 months in 2006. And she and I investigated the situation in London very extensively. And we said there's no way we would live in the UK just because the tax structure was so oppressive. There's literally going to be impossible. And the ceilings, the salary ceilings. So this is why I'm talking about this so much. So you guys have got to get out. There's no way you're going to be there to build properly. It's not going to happen. And the only reason you exist is to build up the intellectual property of other people and then transfer your wealth either to the government or to women. I mean, you're lucky if you get 2 pints and some fish and chips.
Shout Come, bro.
No, so I say, guys, you got to get out. I saw yeah, I saw Black Muslim. Go ahead.
Shout out to Bat Muslim for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Children have rights over their father. That gives them a good mother, a good education, a good name, and he teaches them him about God. You can't do that in the West. That's facts, Mister Black Muslim. That is absolute facts, man. Devil's playground over here in the West. Devil's playground. And every day I'm getting sick of it. I'm being honest with you. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, but again, the new power structure has got to be established outside of the United States or outside the West. The West is finished for us, so we have to go someplace else. So Colombia, Morocco. I don't know the laws of Morocco, but maybe there. Panama, Brazil, Costa Rica, Thailand, something like that. Leave the country, guys. Do not stay in the West. What you want to do is buy land in other countries. Oh, sorry. You want to buy land in other countries. You want to build assets, financial assets in other countries. You want to protect your wealth in other countries. So get your wealth from the West, yes, but establish yourself someplace else. You will not be able to establish yourself in the West. And again, I'm loaded with cash. I looked at the situation and I said, there is no way I would build wealth here. You got to be insane. This is not going to work. You're just one lawsuit or one false accusation from utter poverty in the West. You can't build here.
Facts, absolute facts, Phil. Absolute facts. So now, okay, so last point here before we start reacting. So actually, no, I think we've covered it all. We've covered it all. Fantastic. Yes. So the last point here, okay, is actually no, we covered it all. We covered it all. Okay, so covered it all. Awesome. So let's react to some clips, man, from this week. But Theo, great points there, Theo. I'm sure there's a lot of thinking here to do, but on this channel we have a lot of diverse ranges of opinion. I do believe, Theo, we need those reparations, Theo. Theo. We need it, bro.
Free university. I think free university will go further. Get us educated. That goes because the white guys. There's a lot of white people who can't get that kind of access. So get the education, particularly if we can get free education in STEM. Oh, in the West, go for it. Yeah, that's what we want. Or free SANS courses. Again, I want to give a shout out to IP. He told my students to get SANS courses, and now I've had 2 students successfully get SANS courses. I've got one guy who passed 4 courses so far, and I got other students applying right now. That's something that's by far more valuable. That'll set us up long term, but we can get the jobs and then go abroad and establish ourselves abroad. It allows us to have those step ups. White people don't get that. So that's some place where we can get something. I know we'd like to have some sort of reparation, but I mean, I don't doubt you would actually do something with it. I mean, I could understand it, but most people are going to go to the liquor store and just drink it.
Hey, we need a reparations debate in the future, man. Q&A, get both call in and debate Theo on these reparations. That should be very interesting. I think we've got a plan for that in the future, bro. Yeah. Awesome. So let's react to the first clip for today, brother. Okay. So the first clip I want to react to, Theo, okay, is 2-in-1. But I'm sure you've heard about the pop the balloon incident that's happened over the past couple of days. But let's see, okay? Let's go here. So the first one here.
Everybody over here, and since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm gonna get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So, I do real estate and property management.
I live downtown.
So what you do ain't
I live
nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. You know,
Okay.
but one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
Yeah,
man
you can't
off
do
camera
that.
right there.
You can't do
Let's
that though,
move on.
baby. Yeah,
Let's
in a real
move on.
way.
Let's
You can't
move
do
on.
that though, Queen.
Okay, hold on. Next one, same one, but there's lots to unpack here. We from studio, then over here. Okay.
Contestant from the Balloon Pop dating show, and some wild news as the viral contestant from the Balloon Pop dating show, aka Mr. You Did Me a Favor, has now been fired from his job. And to top that off, he's also been banned from his own church.
And you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not.
His name is Aaron, and he was a contestant on the show. However, some of the female contestants didn't like him. They said that he was too sassy and that he was giving a Ninja Turtle. He responded saying that he had $100,000 in the bank and actually left with one of the contestants. But apparently, as soon as the two were walking out the door, she decided to get somebody's number, so that one didn't work out. This was her apology tool. But prior to that, the man raged out on some of the contestants, saying that they weren't qualified to be with him and that they even did him a favor by popping their balloon. Well, now the man officially got fired from his job. And this is what he posted. All this clout chasing got me fired from work. Man, I really love plumbing and I'm good at it. And they got that taken from me. Y'all are sick. They called the company 500 times and are messing up my business. And to top that off, he apparently tried to go on a church, but they wouldn't let him in.
Can't even go into a place of worship, bruh.
And now his fans are beginning to donate money to him because he's now unemployed. Chat, you're gonna have to watch the full video by yourself. And honestly, I'm getting a little inspired to do my own 44 dating show. But chat, let me know and drop a comment. What you think about this one?
Hold on, Theo. Whoa, hold on. Okay. So, okay.
I want to hear your opinion first.
Come everybody of.
So, oh my goodness. Okay. There's no way. So, okay. People in the West say that women have it hard. Okay. I don't believe that. Not in 2024. Okay. You're telling me a guy can go on a dating talk show, okay, say his own opinion and lose his job the next day. That's not right in my opinion. It doesn't matter what he said. He didn't harm anyone. He didn't attack anyone physically. He said his own personal opinion. There's no way he should have lost his job for that. That is just ridiculous, okay? And it just shows you where the West is going. Either you as a man shut up, okay, and stay with the agenda and go with the agenda, or you're gonna lose it all. So you can see why this passport bro movement it means a lot to a lot of black men in this space, okay? Number two, this brother here, right, shouldn't even be dating any Keishas. He should not be dating these kind of women, brother. You know, he's a plumber, and plumbers in the US get a lot of money. Now, it's funny how the lady in the blue dress, right, was saying how, you know, I'm a real estate person and what I do is nothing compared to what I do. Hold on, lady. Okay. Now, you see, it shows you, feel right. These women, all they care about is job titles. Because I guarantee you, feel right, he's making way more money than her as a plumber. His field of job is in demand in the West, but these women, when they see you're not in the office, you know, in a air conditioned environment, feel you're nothing to them, feel. You know, this dating show showed you the attitude of the model woman, the arrogance, the entitlement, and how vicious they are, feel, to the point where they will call your job to get you fired. That's ridiculous, bro. Break it down for us, feel.
So this shows yet another reason why no Western man should be dating Western women, period. Do not date in the West at all. We don't get any respect. And this man was expressing himself the way that he should express himself. And the women could not handle it. And I've had women try to treat me very similarly, particularly ABW, and they can't accept the fact that I don't just have my own home, I own it. I mean, it's mine 100%. I don't have a mortgage on it. They cannot handle that. They cannot handle that I have my own gym, that I have my own cars. I don't pay anything. This is too alien to them. That I have a very high salary. They can't. Nope. They some sort of hustle, and they say like what that woman said. You ain't all that. You ain't this. You ain't that. And this is a threat to the woman because she can't handle a man who actually has his life together. And so she's trying to do a dox. They're trying to tear him down because they can't deal with him on his level. Basically, particularly ABW, should be throwing themselves at a man like this to get married to him. They should be fighting because this kind of guy can actually build a family. And what they're used to are men that they can easily manipulate, lie, cheat on, do whatever they want, take his money, take his wealth. And they want black men who simp over them and give them total control because a lot of these ABW really have low self-esteem and low self-confidence. So just don't date them. That's the solution. That's the first one. Next one, date out. But I would say, like I say, date out. I mean, you go to another country, that's where you date. So date in Brazil, date in Colombia. I wouldn't do DR, but even DR would be better than this. Go to Japan, right? You'll never have these kind of problems abroad. Never. Not at all. Zero. And these ABW, they can look for cats. They can date them. Guys, date women who use their own hair. Okay?
Hey, Theo got absolute facts, bro. And I also want to make a point here, right? So, looking at this dude over here, right? He's clearly in shape. He's a clean cut brother. He will do well abroad, Theo. I think. So, if we can say what countries he would do well in, Theo, right? I think easily Colombia. I think easily in Brazil. I think easily in Germany. German chicks would love a dude like this, but I'll keep it real. He's ripped, he's strong, he's a brother.
Oh, he'd get taken out of Germany. Oh, that's it. He would less. Oh, yeah. Gone. Yeah, he'd be married quickly.
Facts, man. So hopefully this brother, believes in himself, gets his passport, and he finds the woman of his dreams abroad. Because he won't find it in America, man. He's too strong. He's too like accomplished for them to control, like you said, Theo. And that's how these ABWs move. They want to control you. They want to demean you. And when you're not in that box, you're suddenly the most horrible person in the world, man. Brothers, get your passport, man. It ain't worth dating these women. I don't care if they're sisters. There's black women in Africa. How about that?
Yeah, and I want to say, us in the Black Manosphere Conclave, we are trying to reach out to him. We do want him to be a part of the conclave. So, yeah, we do support him a lot.
But I'm trying to get an interview with him as well. I'm trying to. It'd be great for me to interview him and tell him more about the passport movement. So, but if you know who he is, if you can tell him to, come on the channel for an interview, more about the passport movement.
Okay. Yeah.
To interview him.
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out. I'll see if I can reach out to him.
Awesome. All right. So next clip to react to. Shout out to Mr. Black Muslim for the support. This is a problem, Theo. Just spoke on the attack on this man's finances because their feelings are hurt, and this woman started it. Facts, bro. Facts. Absolute facts, man. Shout out to Black Muslim again for the support. Pay the GoFundMe again so I can contribute to his needs to start his own business. Let me see. Hold on. Present video file. Okay.
Viral contestant from one of the contestants posted all business.
Can't even.
Chad, you're gonna have to watch the full times in our messaging got me fired by apology tool and giving and he was a contestant.
I'll send you the clip, brother, on IG, bro. Just so we don't waste any time, bro. I'll send it to you on IG because I don't want to play it through again. Okay, all right. So present video file. Okay, so let's react to this one over here. Okay, where is it?
Focus on places like Niger. As I say, we tend not to focus on places like Niger and Chad and Burkina Faso and things. But there's a lot of developments going on right now there that are not particularly good for the U.S. or even U.S. investors.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are almost no journalists on the ground, but that doesn't mean it doesn't matter. And this part of the world does matter. It matters in particular because there are a lot of resources that are very important for industrial processes, especially as we turn to transition energy away from coal and towards batteries, and they require a lot of what we get out of the ground from these countries. But governance in this part of the world is very poor indeed. Explosion of insurgencies, Islamic radicalism, and very poor local governance with a lot of military coups that have happened in these countries. And some of the most authoritarian, most brutal leaders in the world want to turn to a country that'll provide them support for security and not ask any questions at all about their human rights abuses and governance on the ground. And, the best country for that at scale, that's Russia.
You see, brothers, the West will always expose themselves, brothers. Okay? In this clip over here, right, this guy is angry about African countries going towards Russia for protection, as if America's any better. Okay? America is one of the few countries that are the reason why Africa is at a state right now. How many interferences Africa has America done in Africa? We know that they've exploited resources. We know that they've done, they've been unfriendly to African countries for a long time. I mean, for goodness sake, man, America, they are slavery, bruv. So don't you talk down against African countries for doing what they want to do with their money, with their resources, with their country. You have no rights, okay? Because they have their resources there for uranium, for batteries. Now you're getting all scared. Oh, Russia's coming. Russia. I don't give a damn, bro. I don't give a damn. As if they're any better. As if America's any better. How about you let African countries run their countries how they want to run their countries? Stop getting mad about that. What's your thoughts here, Theo?
Wait a minute now. Before we talk about what America has done in Africa, we have these countries called France, Germany, and the UK, who have quite a long history of doing all kinds of crap in Africa as well. So America was late to the group, but Russia's in there. Russia's doing stuff now. China's in there. Basically, you have all these players that are coming in, but no, Africa as a whole isn't really developing. Well, it is developing, but not the way that we'd want. In terms of governance, Russia is no model for that. So they could do some things, but I mean, can we think of one country that has really developed and prospered due to Russian investment?
But Russia's recent, Theo, it's recent, past 5-10 years.
No, the Soviet Union, Russia, same thing. They've been. Let's talk about past World War II. So, I mean, the closest you can get to it would be Cuba, but you still got thousands of people trying to swim across the ocean in order to get to Florida. So you don't really have nation building with Russia either. So it's something cute, but it's not anything that you'd really need. No, not Russia hasn't been recent. No, are you kidding me? In the 60s, 70s, 80s, Russia's involvement with Syria, Iran, Iraq to some degree, particularly Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, various Angola, various countries in Africa. Yeah, I mean they're there, they're doing stuff, We've been fighting proxy wars with Russia all over the world for a long time. You have Venezuela as well, definitely influenced by Russia. Um,
But thing is, Theo, right? Russia isn't out here doing coups, sponsoring coups. Russia isn't out here, doing underhand shady stuff against African countries or trying to undermine their rule of law, etc., etc. Theo, America has a lot of history, UK too, right, and other European countries on undermining African countries, doing coups. Russia hasn't shown that, brother. That's why a lot of African countries trust Russia, Theo.
What
That's
about
why they
North
want to join
Korea and
BRICS.
Vietnam? They totally went in there. Vietnam, they kicked all the Western countries out. Vietnam couldn't have won without Russian support. So they didn't do a coup. They just took the entire country. North Korea, same thing. They have entire control. So it's not. I I would say that Russia is cute, but look at what Syria. How many millions of refugees did the Russians create in Syria? It's a nightmare.
But it's a war going on, Theo, right? Western powers are there,
Right.
other powers are there. So, but I mean, I'm not saying that the perfect Theo, right? But what I'm saying is that it's clear, Theo, that America and other European countries don't have the best interests of Africa at heart, Theo. So you can't blame African countries for reaching out to Russia, right, and bringing them in, Theo. At some point, something's going to change, Theo. If your current partners ain't helping you out the way it's meant to be, look for another solution. Look for other partners. So this guy has no goddamn remit, right, to be talking about governance, talking about human rights policies. I mean, 4 years ago, Theo, George Floyd, where was he killed? Where was he killed? In America. Show me in Russia that happened for your brother, to a brother.
Oh yeah, sure. You have Nigerian students murdered in Moscow for dating Russian women. That happened. It's happened more than once. I know about that. I don't talk about it, but it's happened. There's definitely been various issues with Nigerians and Russians over the decades. But for the most part, it's pretty cool, and they breed and make kids. I don't see any country, any outside country, being a model of development and help for any country inside of Africa, and that would be start from. Even look at what the Moors did for Europe. The Moors did quite a lot. Brought a lot of technology. You're really not seeing the same kind of idea or governance for any outside power going into Africa. So I'm not going to say that Russia is all this or all that. They're just as trash as the other countries are. They just have less money to do it.
We'll see, Phil. We'll see. We'll see what the future tells. But I'm happy that Africa is looking at other partners. But personally, Africa got its own issues itself. Build this country, right? Ideally, without any external influences like everyone else has done. But for some reason, they always need help. I don't know, but hopefully they get their stuff sorted out. So let's react to the next one, okay? Me from studio.
Sure.
Let's react to this one. Super chat. Shout out to Mr. Just John for the support. So IP, a question to Theo. Can you give me some game on Russian women in the Baltic countries? Do the Russian women act different there than Russia?
Go to the Baltic countries and find out yourself. that requires an entire stream, John. So go listen to what other people have said in IP's channel regarding this topic. We're not going to deride today's stream for that, okay?
Awesome. Thanks for the support, John. So next one to react to, video file. So big news coming out from the BRICS space, okay? And Phil's gonna be mad about this. I'm just kidding. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Okay, let's go.
to becoming a BRICS, Malaysia is on its way to becoming a BRICS member, according to the country's Prime Minister. Anwar Ibrahim elaborated on the new direction Malaysia is taking, pledging last year to ditch US dollar dependency.
We have made our policy clear and we have made our decision. We will start the formal process soon. As far as the Global South is concerned, we are fully supportive. I have worked very well with President Lula on the expansion of the membership. We are waiting for the final result and the feedback from the South African government. This is the Western narrative. You see, this is the problem with the West. They want to control the discourse, but we can no longer accept it because they are no longer a colonial power and independent countries should be free to express themselves.
The head of Malaysia's International Trade Ministry says the turn towards BRICS will be economically beneficial. Meanwhile, Thailand has also...
Wow. Wow. Did you hear those words, Theo, from the leader of Malaysia when he mentioned that, you know, what the West does, right? Tries to control the narrative using the dollar, tries to control countries using the dollar, and now Malaysia is standing strong against the Western agenda. Those are countries that passport bros need to prioritize. We know the West's values, their culture, and Malaysia is standing strong against it. That is what I want to hear, brothers. That is exactly countries that we want to hear in 2024. Countries that stand up against America and its dollar system and the Western powers that be. Awesome. What's your thoughts on this particular clip here, Theo?
It's a nothing burger. Yet again, let's look at Malaysia's GDP. Malaysia's GDP is only $445 billion. So it's comparable to a decent U.S. state. If you look at their trading export partners, 21% is Taiwan, 9.2% is Singapore, 8.7% is United States, and 7.7% is Japan. Those are all US dollar markets. If they were actually depending on China and Russia, and particularly Russia, then that would be something. But if they're using, let's say they go to BRICS, but they're selling, their customers are using dollars, it isn't anything. Again, they're going to have to be using dollars because those countries aren't going to be using BRICS. So what I would look at it is, are they actually trading more with Russia in particular? And the answer to that is no, they're not. Again, that's why it's another nothing burger with this. We need the thing that we need to really have is actual industrialization within Russia, where it's actually producing a lot. It actually has some sort of real value outside of oil. Then we have an issue. The only currency that could actually really take on the dollar would be the yuan. Then that would be an issue if it were actually convertible direct. But they're not allowing that in the market. That's controlled currency because they know that there would be a capital flight outside of China immediately if that happened. So now, man.
Slow steps here, Theo. Obviously, this is just beginning stages here, Theo. Life could be very different in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, 5 years' time, but it takes time to put economies to slowly move away from the US dollar and start doing things differently, Theo. Slow steps here, Theo, okay?
As I've stated,
it's very sorry, Theo, but hold on, sorry, but Theo, it's very clear here, right, that countries here are pushing back against America and the American hegemony it has around the world, Theo. Now, we know the dollar is the strongest currency in the world alongside the pound, but Theo, 10 years' time, 20 years' time, it'll be a different world. I'll tell you that, Theo.
If they're selling mainly to the West, they're going to be using dollars. You can't say another currency and then sell to the West. It doesn't work that way. You can't do it. It doesn't work that way. Impossible. I would say in 10 years, Russia's going to lose half of Siberia. That's more realistic. They're going to lose half of Siberia, either the republics gaining independence or merging with China. That would actually be more realistic. Russia doesn't have the ability to maintain its borders. That's more realistic. That's where I'd actually see something. China's fine, but not Russia.
We'll see, Theo. I'm reading from Malaysia here, but overall, brother, from a cultural perspective here, I'm happy that I'm hearing those kind of words from the leader of Malaysia in regards to the West. So that means they know what they're up to, the West is, and Malaysia wants to keep its culture, Malaysia, and ditch the dollar dependency. But as long as it's an idea and I'm working towards it, that's exactly what I want to hear. Malaysia is officially on the passport bros list, okay? Without a single doubt, okay? Without a single doubt. But we shall see, Phil. Time tells. Time tells. Awesome. So next one to react to.
Wait,
Interesting
Russia's
discussion.
economy is actually doing very well. Are you on crack? Oh, guys, you guys have got okay. All right. There's something okay. Even when I was in Russia, here's what you guys to know. I speak Russian, and I lived in Russia a year. I went to one of the best universities in Russia. I studied Russian economics and the Soviet system deeply. If you think they actually have a good economy, you're delusional. No. Russia is one of the, I always tell you guys, go to this country, live there. I never say to live in Russia. I know the system too well. There is no way any of you guys should be over there for an extended period of time. You actually go there, take a woman, and go out. The economy is only doing well if you believe their propaganda machine. One of them is Pravda. Even when I was in Russia, I knew to take Pravda with a kilogram of salt. If you're believing all of this stuff, like what they're actually thinking, you should go talk to Russians and see if the Russians believe it. Because the Russians don't. They know better. Guys, think about this. These guys are not who you think they are. Propaganda is cheap. Actually doing world-class production, nah, man. Ain't happening.
Shout out to Black Wisdom for the support. We have about 6 years left. You need assets, brothers, not dollars. Personally, I think we'll actually go back to gold globally. Interesting comment there. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you, bro. That's an interesting comment there. So next one to react to. Okay. Let's react to a clip that I know Theo is going to completely destroy. Okay. This is Theo's ballpark here.
30-year-old, I have been really as a single 30-year-old, I have been really in my feels the last few weeks. My younger sister had a baby. I absolutely love him. He's gorgeous. One of my good friends is getting married. I've just come back from her hen do, and my dating life could not be any drier. Literally any drier, but it is. It's how ironic I'm saying this sitting in my car while it's raining. And I feel like this is what everyone my age who is single dreads, you know, like everyone's lives are moving on around them. But trying to be positive, you know, it's okay to feel a bit lonely and down in the dumps sometimes, but it's normal. And there's so many people that are single in the same position as me. I'm actually going traveling for 3 months in January, so like I'm doing stuff. It's not for the want of trying, but it does get you down sometimes. These things, you know, it's hard to put into words that you move at your own pace and everyone's life moves in, you know, different directions at different times, but it couldn't ring any more true at the moment. So if anyone else is going through this, then you're not alone. Our time will come. It's just one of those phases.
Damn, Theo, 30-year-old single woman feeling a bit sad about her choices. Break down for us, Theo.
Well, she needs to figure something out. because time is ticking. And, you know, the closer she gets to 35, the least likely she's going to get married. So she needs to figure it out. That's all I can say about her. I really, you know, got a lot of women like this. I got friends in America who are just like this. And again, I'm 51 years old. Over the last 15 years, how many thousands of women I've known have I seen gone from I can marry anyone and do anything to my eggs are gone. I can't have children anymore. It's over. And now they're barren. I've seen zillions of them. So just another one. That's it. Guys, I would say, you guys, don't feel sorry for these women in the West. They could have had anyone. Go abroad, marry someone who's wonderful, and stay abroad with her. Make a new life abroad, and you'll be okay.
Theo, shouldn't we blame society for lying to these women, Theo? I mean, maybe Theo, I think, Theo, maybe we should feel sorry for these women, Theo, right? Maybe we should actually have some heart for them, Theo. You know, society lies to them, Theo. Feminism lies to them. College lies to them, Theo. TV shows lies to them, Theo. Theo, I think shouldn't we feel sorry for them, Theo, in your opinion?
No, feminism lied to them, yes. But their parents didn't lie. Their grandparents didn't lie. They said the truth to them. And they decided not to listen to their family. And now they're going to, you know, be unable to reproduce, and they're going to die alone. There's justice.
Okay. Theo was spoken. Okay, so next clip to react to. Don't feel sorry for them, brothers. Get your passport. Okay, present video file. So let's react to this one here.
This, but I think that women have to lower their standards.
Oh.
Before you go,
Why?
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. Before you go crazy on me, just hear me out. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family, but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families. Like, we're not talking about like a bum bitch. We're talking about like a very decent young lady. So I'll have conversations with my friends, and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2". I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your fucking dreams. No, I've had girlfriends tell me like, oh my God, no, he's great, this and that, like, but I can't do a short king. So you're telling me you found a guy that's like not bad looking, has a great job with benefits, like financially stable, comes from a great family, and you can't do it because his legs aren't long enough? Like, you bitches are out of your minds. Listen, and I truly believe that like women are God's gift to earth, but like, you're not a dream come true either. I'm sure that if he were to play Build-A-Bear, you wouldn't fall within the parameters of what his dream woman is. But you meet somebody and they have enough great qualities, like, you know, those things can cancel out. Oh, well, you know, I really like brunettes. And if you aren't a brunette, you're a blonde, but you have all these other things that check off all the boxes, you know, he's going to fall in love with you regardless. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you cannot fall in love with a man because he's not tall or he doesn't have a full head of hair. Like, I don't know. I just think that you bitches are out of your minds. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing, Theo. I must be in a parallel universe right now. This must be a parallel universe, Theo. Like, a woman actually criticizing women for their incredible out of touch dating choices. 6'2", blonde hair, six pack, you know, good family. You know, that's some sort of Disney thinking right there, and she's rightfully calling that out, Theo. you know, and she mentioned that a lot of her friends are reaching in their 30s, reaching 30, thinking like that. At some point, right now, I get that we all have preferences, even as men. Like when we're 21, when we're 20, we had our dream girl. But over time, right, that delusion goes away. You start being more realistic, and that's why we as men, we're more logical. Okay, so let's say our dream girl is, let's say, a woman that's 5'4", uh, brunette, okay, Russian, okay, you know, shapely, but we come across one, but she's a blonde and she's from Lithuania, okay. Most guys will take her, bruv, you know, because even though she's not Russian. But women always stick to their principles, Phil. Always stick to their choices. Oh, I will not compromise. Well, guess what, ladies? Time waits for no woman. The same way time waits for no man, right? And before you know it, you're old, you've lost your looks, and no one's checking for you. Ain't that right, Phil?
Yeah, and I'm always surprised at just how delusional the women are. I'd say, guys, honestly, I don't want Western women to change. I want them to remain exactly as they are. So don't change for us, because Western women are the best inspiration for passport bros we could ever possibly want. So just remain exactly as you are, ladies, because those one-way tickets abroad just continue to be sold out.
Absolute facts, man. Ladies, don't change yourself. Don't change yourself, because guess what, Theo? We actually need them to be thinking like this. Because the more they think like this, the more it spreads, the more men become passport bros. It's a very smart ideology there, Theo, right? So we want women to get, in fact, we want Western chicks, right, to become even worse than they are right now. Continue saying these things, continue thinking like this. More men are going to be passport bros. Okay? More men will leave, and these chicks will look around and they're thinking, am I in the wild, wild west, like in the movie, like am I in the 90s, or am I in the wild, wild west? You in the wild, you in the,
yeah, I agree with you. So far, it's 2% of Western women have profiles or have had profiles on OF. I'm like, go ahead and move it to 5%. Go ahead. And then just keep on dating Chad and Tyrone on the dating apps, and just keep on being unbearable online. I mean, ladies, go right on ahead. I'm totally supporting it, because you make it possible for men to make that decision to get on the airplane one way and never return. So thank you, ladies. It's harder for us to do it, but you ladies can do it.
Thank you, ladies. We appreciate you. You're making passport bros out of thin air every day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome. So next one's Frat 2, and it's Theo's old playground. The playground where Theo became king and conquered the world and fought 1,000 soldiers and came home with the crown and the silver sword and called himself kings of the passport bros. Just joking. Let's go.
20
Okay.
何歳ですか
29歳です。
28歳です。東京に住んで何年ですか
7年ぐらいです。
私は大和市ってとこなんですけど、3年ぐらい。ご職業は
ガス会社してます。
IT 会社に勤めてます。お給料どのくらいですか
いくらだろうな。
月大体で
30万ぐらいです。
20万ちょっとぐらい。家賃いくらですか
10万ちょいですね。
7万です。東京に住むには月に最低どのくらい月収必要だと思いますか
40ぐらいは必要じゃないですかね。
35とか平均給料が35万円なんですけど、それもらえたらどう思いますか？
まあ遊べますね。
ね、飲める感じですね。飲める、いっぱい飲める。
Wow. So brothers, you're seeing the cost of living there in Tokyo, Japan, brothers. Okay. The guy earns around 2,200 USD. she earns around 1,300 USD, right? And the average cost of living there in Tokyo is around 2 grand. As IT bros, as aspiring IT bros, brothers, your potential is that you can earn a lot more than that in Tokyo, Japan, right? And live like kings. Rent is cheap there, much cheaper than it is in America. Okay. Rent is also food is also cheaper in Tokyo, Japan. I've been there, it's cheap, right? So imagine remote working there, earning, let's say you earn 10K a month as a brother in IT in the US. Okay. And then you're living in Tokyo with that rent and that, cost of living. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. And that's why IT being a passport bro, right? And getting out there, living your dreams is the way forward. Breaking down for us, Theo.
Okay, guys. This is reason why you should learn Japanese and learn never to think about dollars in Tokyo. Because what he's actually saying in Japanese and what you're seeing in dollars are two different worlds. So in Japan, their prices don't fluctuate because of the exchange rate. It stays the same. So the amount of money that they're actually talking about that they're making in terms of yen is much greater than what you're actually seeing here in dollars. This because we have right now what's called ein-yasu, which is the cheap yen. And because of that, the dollar looks stronger than what it actually is. We use a normal exchange rate of 100 yen to the dollar when we talk about our normal life in Japan. Right now, it's about 159 to 160, somewhere around there. And this is screwing up the perception of Japan for foreigners. This is why I really want to get into there. So he said his rent is Juman, which is 100,000. That's 1,000, not 650, like it's put on there. And she said her rent was Nanaman, which is 70,000. That's not what the financial is. This is very normal. So my rent was Jurokuman, so it's 160,000. You don't put this into dollars because it could be the exchange rate could be 160 today, and in 6 months it could be 80. It doesn't mean that the economy changed at all. It's the same economy. There's no changes in Japan. It's the same way. So if you get a job and you're making $10,000 a month, you're going to have more than enough to live in Tokyo. You'll do just fine. Don't think about the exchange rate. If you like right now, I'm making 25 million yen a year in Tokyo. I'm not changing that to dollars. I know what 25 million is because above 20 million yen a year, you're a 1%er in Japan. They just don't make that much money like that. It's the way their system is. You just don't go up above 20 million that often. So I know that I have a very good amount of money that I'm making. I'm doing very well, right? My point is, you can go there, but you can earn dollars. That's true, but learn the Japanese system based upon their own standards, and you'll do much better. Don't use dollars.
So Phil, right? So a brother's getting paid dollars, right? 10K a month, right? Obviously, he's spending dollars in Tokyo because it goes further, right? So it's essentially Phil, right? It's even like a king. Stronger currency. It's much cheaper there in Tokyo. What could go wrong, right?
Just because he gets there doesn't mean he can rent an apartment. You have to put 6 months security deposit down in order to get an apartment, and the landlords have the legal right to refuse you for being a foreigner. That's reality. So it doesn't mean he can have an apartment. And so if it's like, again, let's say that it's Jurokuman, which is 160,000 yen, it's going to eat up the entirety of his first month's salary, right? So it's not going to go that far. I would say, guys, if you're going to do budgeting, budget 100 yen to the dollar. If you get more than that, that's good. But for the most part, even if you have that kind of money in Tokyo, it doesn't mean that you can rent. It doesn't mean that you can buy a car. It doesn't mean that you can get parking. It's not the way their system works.
Okay, but obviously, but a cost of living in Tokyo compared to literally any city in America, Tokyo is a lot cheaper, right? Definitely cheaper.
Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely surprised at how much Tokyo. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. Yeah, it's cheaper than London. Yeah, it's definitely good. But yeah, you see, it's the reason is because the Japanese know how to price and price controls for the entire country, so that there's no currency fluctuations, and this makes life a lot better for them. So there'll be small fluctuations because of meat prices, but it'll barely be transferred to the customer.
Facts, brothers, get over to Tokyo ASAP because I've been there and it made the UK look like a third world country. I think I mentioned that in my stream. It is a different world out there. Best city I've been to so far. It's that good. It's that good.
I would say the big thing against Tokyo, though they're not actually saying, is how much money are you actually spending? Okay, outside of your rent, what fixed costs do you have? And for the most part, like their takey, their bus pass, their transportation costs are all free because the government pays for them. So their company pays for it, and it's a tax write-off. So they don't have a car, they don't have insurance to pay for. They have a lot of money after that. That's where you really get it. That's where you get to see the benefit of their lives there. They have a very good system.
Awesome, man. Hey, I love being a passport bro. Don't you feel? Don't you love being a passport bro too?
I love being a passport bro. I think right now, if you guys want to be a passport bro, be a digital nomad in Japan, this would be a great time to do it. But don't go in there thinking that you're almighty. That's the thing with the Japanese. They know how to put you down to size real quick. Yeah.
In what way? How?
Because they don't. If you're going around thinking that you're rich, they're like, you're not a part of our community. That's not how they think. They're not going to be impressed with you because you have money. It's just not going to happen. They're just going to teach you. They're going to treat you as a normal person who doesn't speak their language, so somewhat as some degree as a barbarian, and they're going to wait for you to understand their system. You're supposed to fit into their system. That's how they are. So, like, again, I have this huge salary compared to other people in the office. I never flaunt it. I never talk about it. I just, my job is to serve them and to give to them and help improve them. That's what they respect.
Awesome. Great tip there. Awesome, man. Okay, so next one to react to. Okay, so let's react to this one over here. Okay, so we want to know your thoughts about this one, Theo, as well. Japan clip.
これは聞いた。日本人女性にこれは聞いたらいけないよっていうようなタブーな質問考えつくものありますか？
でもお金のことはあんま聞かないでほしいかなとは思います。あとなんかその人は多分わかんないと思うけど自分がコンプレックスのところを言ってほしくない。
体重とか体型のことについて言われるのに関してはどうですか？
それも嫌ですね。体重は絶対嫌だし、私足太いのがコンプレックスなんですけど、足太いのにも言われたらちょっとやっぱり傷ついたりしますね。
それは例えばこう知り合った期間が長くなったとしても体重とかについて聞かれるのは嫌ですか？
知り合って長ければ本当に心が開いてる人だったら言えるかもしれないんですけど、でもやっぱりそれには抵抗がちょっとあったりします。
タブーと言われるような質問を、聞いても OK ってなるにはどれぐらいの期間要すると思いますか？
短くて3ヶ月から半年ぐらい。心開いたら言えるかもしれないんですけど、人によって心開く期間が違うので、私は心開くのにちょっと時間かかる人なんで、やっぱ半年ぐらい必要かなとは思います。
So Theo, she said that she's conscious about her money, her weight and figure. But for you, you've been in Japan for a long time. You dated many Japanese chicks, brother. Was that a common theme there as to what we shouldn't ask a Japanese chick? You shouldn't ask that at all. Break it down for me.
100%. 100%. This is entirely correct. They're also not translated correctly. She always said "hantoshi gurai," and that's about a half year. They said 6 months. I was like, come on, guys, translate correctly. Get it how she's actually talking about. She's actually talking about 7 or 8 months as well. Guys, get this straight. Many Japanese women legs are a bit curved, and they're not as shapely as Western women's legs. A lot of Western women's legs are actually just straight. If all they need to do is lose some weight and they'll be perfect. Japanese women legs are not like that at all. If you're in a relationship with one, do not talk to her about her legs ever. I would say until you guys get married, then you can say something, but they have to be properly stated. Guys, it's not because I'm malnourished. No. Japanese people have a better diet than we have in the West entirely. They do not have GMOs. They don't have anything like that. The reason is because with their legs is because their mothers carry them on their backs when they're children. So the legs form differently. That's why. I've seen it myself quite a lot. They got a bow leg. Yeah, just don't talk to them about it. Do not talk to her about her weight, but she's going to be much thinner than any Western woman you've ever been with. There's other things with her that you wouldn't talk to her about at all. She's very self-conscious about how she looks, about her skin, about her hair. She's self-confidence. She has lack of self-confidence about her height. Guarantee that she's also about her chest. She's going to have a totally lack of self-confidence there. But us guys usually don't care about that. We're thinking about what we can build with her in the future, right? So we wouldn't care. This is why Western men and Japanese women really go well together, to be honest. Because she's thinking you could have a woman with long legs and big boobs, but you're dating me? Oh, okay. I'll date you. Yeah, no problem. That's how that really works.
Awesome. I'm thinking money as well. So she mentioned something about money issues. So if she is having money issues, don't bring it up, or is that how it works in Japan?
She definitely has money issues. I could tell by her clothing and her hair. This woman, no, she doesn't have any money issues. But the other one she's interviewing, oh yeah, she's probably around 200,000 yen a month. That's what I would assume. No more, maybe 220. Yeah, she definitely needs to get married. She got a salary increase there. Yeah, she's gonna have a hard time. That's all. So yeah, you're paying for her date.
This guy. Okay, see, I get you. Okay, thank you, Theo. I think that's very good for brothers to know if they consider wanted to date a Japanese chick. Any thoughts that brothers shouldn't actually bring up at all? Why they in the Japanese chick family or whatever?
Don't talk about her hips. Don't talk about the size of her chest. Nothing like that. Don't talk about if she does hakta. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't say anything like that. You basically have to treat her like a church girl. A church girl who actually goes to church every Sunday. That's how you treat her. A respectable woman, even if she's out in the streets, you treat her that way. And you talk about other topics. You don't talk about how you want to bump and grind her. That's it. I want to tell you guys could do much better than her. I wouldn't date her in Tokyo. I wouldn't. No, there's no reason. I could date women who look much better than her. And so can most of you guys here on the stream. You can get much better than her. Like this interviewer, that would be where I start. That would be minimum beauty standard in Tokyo.
Minimum. Okay, I
Minimum.
see you, Theo. I see you.
Yeah.
High value man, huh? That's you for you. High value man, huh? I see
No,
you.
you just know how to do it. Look, English teachers could get her. I'm serious. You're an English teacher. You make like 300,000 yen a month. You can knock that out right there. Oh yeah, she definitely go for it.
Wow, awesome. Great into the thank you, Theo. Thank you very much. Awesome for the brothers to know. Okay, so next one to react to. Theo, so what happens if you bring up those kind of topics? Is that the end of the relationship? She'll walk away?
Oh yeah, she's gone. She'll walk away from you. She's not coming back. This is not going to happen. Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful, guys. Don't say anything about superiority. Oh, don't talk about nuclear weapons, please. Don't talk about war. No, don't say anything about that. No. Yeah, just talk about something else. They don't want to talk about that with you. It's kind of a taboo topic.
Awesome. Thank you, Theo. Okay, next one to react to. Okay, let's react to this one over here.
When you're 40, so you know when you're 40 and your love life isn't great because at best your choice in men has been questionable, but you have a friend that's in a similar position, so you don't feel quite so bad about it. And then 6 months ago your relationship ends, but she meets somebody, which is great. You feel really happy for her because she deserves it. You also feel sad for the loss of your relationship, the fact that you're 40 and single, still with no children. And then a couple of months down the line, you find out that your friend's new boyfriend is moving in. Then you find out that they're engaged, and now you find out that she's 8 weeks pregnant. And you so want to feel happy for her. But inside you feel so sad. Because even though you don't desperately want children, you know that at 40, you're running out of time and soon you won't have a choice at all. And then you feel guilty for feeling that way because you know that you should be happy and this is such an amazing time in her life and she deserves it. But you feel grief for what you haven't got. And then you remind yourself that it's okay. There's a plan. What will be, will be. Everything will come to you at the right time.
Cope. Absolute cope. Nope. Cope. Big cope. Listen here, right? 18 to 24, 25, right? That's a good 6-7 years. A woman, right, that ain't got a dude in that time scale, I'm thinking, what on earth were you doing? That's a time where they have an abundance of options, okay? They're in the peak of their powers and their prime. And you're telling me that you didn't lock down one guy. At this point in time, you know, there's just no point anymore. We ain't feeling sorry for chicks. We ain't feeling sorry for no Western chick. Okay? No. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 8 flipping years, bro. 8 years. And you're telling me. But Theo, at least she admits that she had questionable choices in men. And that's what it boils down to, Theo. You know? Was she picking the thugs? The Pookie, the Ray Rays, the Tyrones, dudes who were tired of bad boys, when nerds like you, Theo, were getting put to the side. Sooner or later, these Western chicks gonna learn the hard way, brothers. And guess what? We don't feel sorry for them, man. I'll keep it 100. Break it down for us, Theo.
No, I don't feel sorry for them at all. And she needs to go and ask her girlfriend, like, what she did in order to get her man, you know, to get married. And I'm sure her girlfriend will be like, yo, sister, I spit on that thing, and that's why I'm gonna be a wife now. That's how that's gonna go down. So this woman needs to learn a little bit of Haktu, and she'll be okay. But I'm guarantee you she's not that type. She wants this guy or that guy. And now she's going to die alone. That's how that works. So you don't want to die alone. Lower your standards a little bit and learn how to spit on that thing. I think you'll be okay.
Absolute facts, man. Absolute facts, man.
Hold on. It's something we talk about, again, about that meme. Like, basically, the only thing a Western man wants is a loyal freak. That's it. So she's loyal and she's a freak. We're usually in. That's it. It's good. We're looking for rings. This woman, we know she ain't a loyal freak. I can tell by her. No, man, that's not happening. That's why she's in her position. So I don't feel sorry for her at all.
Facts, Theo. Absolute facts. Don't feel sorry for them brothers. They had their primes to lock down the dude, and it's a shambles. Okay. All right. Move from the studio. Okay, Theo, we had a time out. Theo, do you want to go on for Mel, or do you want to drop off? Feels up to you, Theo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now with Japan, and no, there's nothing going on. It's another boring morning. So usually nothing happens until like around 11. So we're not there yet. It's close. Oh yeah, it's about 11 o'clock right now. But nah, they're still boring. So probably nothing will happen until about 1. So yeah, we could.
Okay. All right. So let's react to this one, Theo. Right. Okay. Let me bring up the clip. Okay. So major big moves happening here, Theo.
The Russian president is... Why is Putin in Vietnam? The Russian president is currently looking to strengthen ties with other countries in Asia at a time when Russia is being increasingly isolated due to the war in Ukraine. Putin's last visit to Vietnam was in 2017, but the relationship between the two countries goes back to the 1950s, when the Soviet Union gave military and economic support to the new communist state in North Vietnam. Today, Vietnam still relies heavily on Russia as its biggest supplier of military equipment. Now, Putin has signed a series of deals with the Vietnamese president Tho Lam. These deals agree cooperation on education, science, technology, and oil and gas exploration. Vietnam has carved out a unique position on the global political stage, where it has good relations with everyone but avoids formal alliances. This is what Vietnam calls bamboo diplomacy, not taking sides with countries whilst being flexible to relationships that could be advantageous. But the US has criticised the visit for giving a platform to Putin to promote the war in Ukraine, and Vietnam will have to tread carefully. It needs the US for trade and military support. Putin's visit to Vietnam follows a trip to North Korea, where he and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed an agreement pledging mutual aid in the event of attack.
Oh, okay. So Putin visited Vietnam to strengthen ties with Vietnam, obviously sign deals, do trade there, etc., etc. Vietnam is a passport bro destination. A lot of black men passport bros are interested in Vietnam, and I think it's kind of interesting to see that Vietnam hasn't pushed Russia away. They're still doing business with them. So it shows brothers that Vietnam isn't controlled by the West like that. Vietnam won't let the West tell them what to do. Now, the reason why I say this, brothers, is because we as black men, we as passport bros are running away from the West. Okay, the Western culture, the values, it doesn't suit us. It doesn't suit me as a brother, as a conservative man. But I know for a fact that Vietnam is a lot more conservative than America. Okay, so I can't be mad at this, actually. Again, Vietnam should, be ran by Vietnamese people, and they should make their own decisions too. Whether or not you like Russia or not, we gotta respect this. Break it down for us, Phil. What's your thoughts here?
It's not about respect or anything like that. I looked at this as a photo op with Putin. He's trying to get more support or stuff like that. But I mean, again, if you look at their export market, so their main export partners, 29% the United States, 15% China, 12% the EU, and then South Korea 6% and Japan 6%. Where's Russia? So Russia isn't buying Vietnamese products like that, right? And the products that what's going on is that we're having increasing products moving out of Taiwan and China and putting into Vietnam. That's how the industrialization is going. They're not. I would say Vietnam, especially after the war, they're not listening to the United States like that. They haven't, but they know where their paychecks are coming from. They know where the money is coming from, and that's coming from America and its allies. And even if you have the production with China, the exports to China, that's usually based upon some sort of Western country. So, I'll say hats off to Vietnam. They're increasing, their GDP is increasing by 8% a year. Very good. The United States would like to have that. I'm glad that they're conservative. I'm glad they don't have Western values like that. But of course, I mean, they kind of go back and forth. How many Vietnamese are saying, "Oh yeah, we like Soviet system," So, kind of goes both ways with this. I don't. If anything, Vietnam is listening more to what China would say than Russia.
Interesting. Yep. Interesting. But I think the most important thing that I'm taking from here, Theo, is that, they and the West tell them what to do. If we're going to meet with Russia, we're going to meet with them. And in a goddamn thing you're going to do about that. And I respect that. America's got to stop telling countries what to do. How about America focus on American issues and only American issues, and every other country do the same too? That's how it should be. It's how it should be. So salute to Vietnam for standing on business.
That's not how influence works. Nah, the companies, people will tell you what to do. It's the countries will do that. I'm kind of used to that right at this point. It's all right. Russia says one thing, UK says another, Germany says another. It's all right.
Okay, awesome. So shout out to Vietnam. Stand on business, keep conservative, and don't let nobody tell you how to run your own country. Salute. Tired of the BS, man. Tired of it, man.
You gotta get out of the UK, bro. You have a severe version of this. I mean, I can see. Don't think you're gonna make more money if you're living in Russia. You know they're gonna be watching you, right? Yeah, you're not gonna get out of supervision if you're in Russia. I know that. I was observed when I was there. I was quite used to it. So, I mean, they're not. Russia's no angel.
America ain't no angel too, Theo. Let's keep it real, Theo.
Yeah, but we know that. We know that. But
ain't no angel, bruv. UK ain't no angel. America ain't no angel. France definitely ain't no angel, Theo. Let's keep it as that, Theo, right?
But
So
at least the United States has rule of law, and it has the ability to collect taxes. Russia does not. That's one of the problems that they have. And they've never been able to properly solve this problem.
America ain't corrupt, brother. America ain't corrupt.
We go through and knock out corruption all over the place. We put people on trial.
Still corrupt, brother. Still corrupt. Still corrupt.
Corruption. But 90% of St. Petersburg yearly budget is devoured by corruption. You don't have stats like that in the West. You just don't. You have institutions going in there getting rid of that kind of crap. So it's a problem. I mean, the Russia is not. You should go there. Do 6 months in Russia. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be like, okay, the West ain't all that, but oh boy, China's. If you want a better idea of like something that's actually different, do China, because at least China has the ability to collect taxes and their institutions work. So they're functional. So China is the better way to go.
What I'm saying, Theo, is that no country is perfect, and corruption's everywhere. America ain't perfect. China ain't perfect. Russia ain't perfect. it is what
We
it
have
is, Theo.
degrees of corruption. There's huge amounts of degrees of corruption going on. It's like why wasn't Ukraine's economy able to develop properly after the fall of the Soviet Union? Corruption. Why were they able to be a vassal of Russia for nearly 20 years? Well, actually over 20 years. Corruption. That's an issue.
So we ain't gonna talk about America's foreign policy, Phil. Obviously, that's for the discussion. But let's keep it real, Phil. America ain't this perfect, rule of law. Yeah, we American first, blah blah blah. Let's keep it real, Phil. It's everywhere, Phil.
At
least we have,
for examples of if corporations go abroad and they use dollars in a certain way for corruption. At least we have laws in place to put those people in a jail if they do that, and we have done it. And of course, we have to go through training on that to make sure we don't do it. So we do. I mean, it's not a perfect system, but we put people in jail for doing stuff like this. Look at Putin. He's been in power since, I think, 1998. How many prime ministers and presidents have changed since he's been in power? He's not going away.
Yep. And brother, all I'm saying, Theo, ain't no country is perfect, Theo. Okay? There's corruption everywhere. That's all I'm saying, Theo. Okay? That's it. Russia ain't perfect. America ain't perfect. However, okay, I'm of the opinion that every country should be ran by the people in that country without any influence and send democracy your way to fix things out, like a certain country has done. I won't say any names, but we know what they've done. But that's for another discussion, Theo. Okay, another discussion. Interesting discussion there. Shout out to VOF. Shout out to Mr. the Black Muslim for the support. It's not lowering the standards. It's growing up and being an adult. They're voting for people that keeps the majority of society poor. A plumber being fired for what he said on the dating show. That's facts there, Muslim. That's facts there, bro. Shout out to Dark Dissident for the support. Western woman, we love you just the way you are, just the way you are. You're amazing. You remember that song by Bruno Mars? Western woman, we love you just the way you are.
I want Western women to remain exactly as they are, because it's so easy to communicate with other men regarding the situation. And when we go, I just want to say, Western women, you make millions of foreign women able to attain high quality foreign husbands and make really great families. Without you, they'd be stuck. So, yeah, thank you very much. I know plenty of women in Japan who are thrilled to have biracial children, because American women treat Western men horribly. So just keep on going. You make beautiful children abroad.
Facts. Okay. So next one, Theo, to react to.
President General Abdurrahmane Tiani is set to kick out French uranium mining company Orano out of Niger uranium mines if the company doesn't come up with an acceptable deal within 2 days. When it happens, it could have major implications for France's nuclear power industry and its energy security. The French company called Orano, which is 90% owned by the French state, operates 3 mines in the country: a Koken mining site, Air Mines, and the Imuraran mine, located 80 kilometers south of Arlit, which is considered to be one of the world's largest uranium deposits. However, Orano is at risk of losing the rights to one of the world's largest uranium deposits located in Niger. This is a high-stakes situation that underscores the geopolitical tensions around nuclear fuel supplies. So, let's explore what's really going on here.
Awesome. That is a news that I want to hear. Right, Africa taking back its resources. Africa wanting to be independent and run its own resources. So so you're telling me that for a long time, for decades, a French company has been running their uranium system, right? And we know how France has done Africa in the past, and today, in today's world, which is why they kicked them out in Niger, Burkina Faso, right, and one other country. Okay, We need this energy throughout Africa, right? Africa must be run by black people, and its resources must be run and controlled by black people. All right. It's very clear that these Western powers, America, France, UK, don't give a damn about African countries like that, brothers. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100%. They're only there for their own interest. They don't care about the people. They don't care about black people. So it is incumbent on Africans in their own country, right, to care about their own people and get their resources back and control their own countries, right? Goodbye, France. Goodbye. Absolutely. What's your thoughts here, Theo?
I'm reading an article about this just real quick. So they're also throwing out French businesses, and Russia is coming in and trying to fill in the vacuum. It's kind of like, if it's better with Russia, okay. I mean, if it depends on how they deal with the situation. That's all. I mean, I'm not surprised it's situations like this. I don't know how much the French government is actually compensating the Nigerian government for uranium. The fact that they're actually kicking out French soldiers is kind of surprising, but then again, not entirely. So all I say to it, all I think is, what are they going to do with the situation, and are they going to make a decision that's actually better for them? Because, I mean, look at Angola. I mean, high level of Russian interference. Are they doing better? Of course, they had South African influence. They had American influence as well. But are just on a practical purpose, I mean, are they doing better than Tanzania? No. So let's see what happens. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, Theo, they're just starting out, Theo. Only last year they kicked out French soldiers, brother. And they've been trying to rebuild their country, form new alliances. It's going to take time, Theo. It's going to take time, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I'm sure that they're planning, you know, for their people and for their future. And, brother, we need that step as black men, right, to take control of our resources, whether in Africa or the Caribbean. You know, that will bring us prosperity, you know. So if they feel like Russia can help them, you know, with development, with trade, security protection, who are we to say that they can't do that, Theo? It's their country. It's their country.
Russia's been saying that kind of stuff for a long time. Let's look at Cuba. I mean, is Cuba doing so much better, or are the Cubans still trying to swim to Florida? I mean, you're hoping for the best. I don't. Of course, usually the best thing that Russia can give is the military assistance, because they have an industrial policy there of making their military. That's actually very normal. But are they really going to improve? I don't know. I'm half and half on this one. I just kind of sit back and say, okay, are you going to be another disappointment? That's it. I'm not really. This isn't turning me on. I'll say that.
Well, I'm saying that I'm happy that African countries are ridding themselves of Western influence. No more France, no more UK, no more America. And I'm looking forward to seeing this alliance with, you know, Russia, you know, in these countries, to see how it goes, you know. And we may see a powerhouse country in Africa coming very soon because of Russia's help. Imagine Russia giving them the secrets of, you know, intelligence, trade, nuclear, nuclear power stations, etc., etc. That would be awesome for African countries, man. And I'm excited here. I'm excited, man. So shout out to Niger for purging themselves of, Western influences and keep on moving forward. It's gonna take time, but stay strong, man. Don't let America and the West back in. Don't do it.
Oh, there's a coup last year. Now it makes sense. Okay, so it's another African country with a coup. supported by Russia. So KGB was in there, and
no proof.
yeah, but there's even Al Jazeera just said it's a coup. So I'll go with them. Yeah. I hope people don't die. That's all I gotta say. I hope it's okay. Ugh.
It will. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. Okay. Next one to react to. Shout out to Mr. Real Black full of support. Japanese repopulation arc. Passport Bros edition. Let's do it, bros. Absolutely, brother. 1 million black men to Japan by the end of 2025. Let's get it done, bro. Let's get there. 1 million black men to impregnate 1 million.
You would do well, bro. You would do well in Japan. You get a Japanese chica real quick. So go for it, bro.
Real, right?
Yeah. You IP, man.
You sure, Theo? You sure they're gonna love me, Theo? Maybe I'm too nerdy for them. Maybe the accent's too much for them. I don't know, Theo. I don't think they're gonna love me like that, Theo. You think so, Theo?
You're thinking too much in a Western context. That's why. If you're thinking in a Japanese context, you know what to go for. But you're bringing too much Western thought into your head. You got to get rid of that stuff. So just get rid of it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I could date fly chicas here." Yeah, and don't worry. I'll show you what we can do. Hopefully, I'll meet you in I'll be in Tokyo for Halloween. So hopefully we meet there.
Awesome. Shout out to Black Muslim for the support. France was paying Niger something like $8 for uranium, and Canada something like 220. Russia's filling in technical points Niger doesn't have. That's what I'm saying, bro. These Western countries been screwing brothers over, man. Theo, I know you love the West so much, Theo, right? I know it's in your heart, it's in your brain, it's part of your soul, brother. But Theo, I hope I can save you today, Theo. We can deliver you from the Western control and propaganda, Theo. The West ain't for black men, Theo. Whether in the West or in Africa, they hate us, Theo, bro. They hate us, bruv.
And show me one nuclear power plant developed by Russia and exported to an African country.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, they can export MiGs, but the Russians aren't doing that much. What they should be doing is aligning themselves with China and actually getting the nuclear. If they want to get nuclear power, they get the nuclear power plants with China because they're more reliable. I wouldn't do it with Russia. No way. Yeah.
Interesting. Shout out to Black Muslim for the support. Russia is more like a partner, where the West is like master. This isn't a regular coup. The three countries have formed the Sahel Alliance. I will soon be an African powerhouse. ECOWAS is already hurting from the loose. Yes, indeed, man. I'm excited for Africa's future. And hopefully the Caribbean can step up too, man. Come on, Caribbean, we need you guys to step up, man.
Russia is a partner? I wouldn't say that. No. You guys need to go to Russia for a while. Yeah, that's you guys are using terms that I don't see. I could see South Korea being a partner, or Japan being a partner, or Malaysia, Thailand being a partner. Russia being a partner. Okay. All right.
Don't worry. Okay, next clip to react to.
Now ban the hijab. Breaking news: Tajikistan have now banned the hijab. It's a Muslim majority country, and yet they have banned it. Recently, there was a video that surfaced online about a Muslim sister being forced to take off the hijab because it went against the cultural wear of Tajikistan. And you would expect the Muslim majority countries to have edge when it comes to Muslims not being oppressed. Even in your own country, imagine growing up in a Muslim majority country thinking that it will go your way, and they tell you no, you can't wear the hijab, and now you can't even have public Eid celebrations, declaring them foreign culture. So they obviously are trying to westernize Tajikistan. Maybe, they're trying to attract more Westerners there, but Honestly, this is the time that you make hijrah. If you live within these countries and they're trying to westernize it, it's better just to make hijrah to the countries that are actually accepting Muslims. And it's a shame, a Muslim majority country is doing this. May Allah aid the people that are being oppressed and serve justice to them overall and punish those who are the oppressors.
Wow, you see, that is what the West does. That's weird. You know, why would a Muslim majority country pass a law like that? You know, there's something's fishy there. You know, and this is why. Hold on, Phil. Sorry, bro. So you know, this is why, right? We are passport bros, because this is what the West does. The West wants to, you know, change all its country to be like the Western powers. You know, their culture, one culture, and as Western culture. That's weird. You know, why would they do that out of nowhere, brothers and Theo? You know, this is what the West does.
The Soviet Union banned the hijab during the entire history of the Soviet Union.
But it's not a Muslim country, Theo, the Soviet Union.
No, that was a part of Russia, of the Soviet Union.
It ain't no more.
Well, it's not now. That's right. So the only thing they're doing is going back to what the Soviets did. That's all.
I don't believe that, Theo. I think it's just malicious.
Go
Theo.
look at the history that has nothing to do with Western countries at all. Zero. They're aligning themselves back to what the Soviets were doing. And this is, again, you're seeing the same thing in Kazakhstan as well. The Russians do not like the hijab, and they want it removed. And the fact that this is going on there, I'm like, oh, okay, this is Russia again. Normal.
Okay, no, hold on there. So think about it, Theo, right? So this is happening now. What comes next? But Theo, let's keep it real. Let's keep it a stack, Theo, right? Feminism, Western ideas, turning men against women. Lies about men oppress women in how do you spell it? Tajikistan. Sorry about that, brothers. You know, and that's what they do. So I wouldn't be surprised, right? In the next year, you may see feminism being pushed heavy there. You may see some weirdo things, right, that we see in the West happening in that particular country. Because again, something is fishy here, brothers, man. So I get Theo's point, right? How we used to be part of the Soviet Union and they did that. But we 2024 right now, bro. It's 2024, Theo. Soviet Union was over 30 years ago, brother. You know?
The Soviets had already pushed their form of feminism in that area. So this country already had a long history of baby deletion and divorce, as well as no hijab. So if we were talking about Western feminism, no, they've already had the feminism from the Soviets. This has nothing to do with West at all. No. If anything, they're just going back to what they're used to. This has nothing to do with, like, again, even the baby deletion alone. Has nothing to do with Western influence. It was legal there long before it was legal in the United States or in Western Europe.
But Theo, calling it, right, foreign culture out of nowhere. So you're telling me, right, just out of nowhere, randomly calling it foreign culture, right? Me personally, in my opinion, Theo, something's fishy. I'm going to be definitely tracking this country in the next year or so to see if there's any sort of weirdo activity going on there, Theo. Any laws, any sort of, you know, Western influences there, women, how they act on social media. Because, Theo, that's how the poison spreads, Theo. That's how the poison spreads, Theo. I know you disagree, Theo, but for me, I'm cautious, bro. I'm cautious.
If anything, they're going to go against Islam there. That's what I would assume.
And that's a problem, Theo. That's a problem.
But it's not Western. This is Soviet. This is Russian. The Russians would go against Islam. This is what I would assume is going to go on. So this is what I would sit back and look for that wave. This doesn't have anything to do with the West.
Okay. We'll see, Theo. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, for me, I'm at a point where I'm, brother, Theo, right? I want brothers to protect themselves in any shape or form. I want brothers to know what they're dealing with, what's going on, because Theo, I know how the Western powers that be are, brother. The propaganda, the brainwashing, the underhand deals, trying to promote democracy in certain countries by promoting certain ideals and using force in some cases. I know how it is, brother, in the West, brother. They're not our friends, and I'm just saying, Theo, we gotta be careful here, brothers, man. Stuff is up, but we shall see, bro. We shall see. We shall see, brother. Shout out to Mr. shout out to Mr. Black Muslim Full of Sport. That's the 8th time tonight he's supported, man. So one man supporting the stream, brothers. One man. And shout out to the brother, man. So if you can support the channel in any shape or form, hit the PayPal, hit the super chats. That'd be greatly appreciated, man. Thank you, Black Muslim. Your support is definitely appreciated by me on this end, brother. Thank you so much, bro. What is the obsession with Muslim women, hijab, France, etc., etc.? How does someone's dress lower the cost of food? You are going to see a lot of Muslims leaving. Brother, give me more context in the chat, bro.
So obsession with Muslim women, hijab, France. How does one dress lower the cost of food? No, well, they're not going to leave France because they like their situation there, and they're multiplying like crazy. So, I mean, it's becoming one of the main cultural influences. If anything, well, I mean, okay, so the French want people to be like former Catholic atheists. They've always had this point of view, and they thought that the Muslims were going to be the same way. That failed, and of course, the French do not want the hijab either, because it goes against their cultural values. This is normal, so they're acting in a certain way. It's more of French atheists coming in and saying this is what we want, and they don't like the expression of religion in France. That's all. I don't think this is smart. I really question the French on their thinking on this one, but they're not going to stop. So what do you do?
Okay, I present a video file. Okay, so let's react to this one here, Theo. Okay, hold on.
There's a simmering conflict between Israel.
Okay. Hold on, yeah? Hold on.
Well, that raid comes as a simmering conflict between Israel and the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah risks turning into a wider regional war. The two sides have exchanged fire across the Lebanon-Israel border in recent weeks. Hezbollah says it's fighting Israel to support Hamas in Gaza. Israel's military said that operational plans for an offensive in Lebanon had been approved and validated. Our Middle East correspondent Lucy Williamson has been to the Israeli side of the border this week and sent this report.
So, it's looking like Israel might, attack or do something in Lebanon. It's becoming increasingly likely, Theo, and that could turn into a major war that could bring, people, countries into play. Economies might get destabilized around the world. Hezbollah, they're not a joke in any shape or form. So is the Israelis' armed forces. Theo, how are you feeling about this, Theo? Should we be preparing for WW3? What's your thoughts here, brother?
No. When haven't Israel and Hezbollah been at war? I was born in 1973. I've never known a time in which they've not been at war. They've always been at it.
This time seems a bit more serious, brother.
No, it's not serious. It's just another pop-off. That's all. They're going to keep on going. It's no big deal. They're just going to, for whatever reason, they're going to do a cross-border this or that. There's not going to be any peace. Iran isn't going to allow any peace there. So this is the same thing again. No change.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So
I wish we can get peace. To be honest, I wish we can get. Well, like I would love to go to Iran and go looking around some stuff. They look like really fun people. I had a lot of Persian friends in Tokyo and LA. I never had a problem with them. They're kind of fun. I would love to go there, but we can't because of historical issues. And that's not stopping. So I mean, it'd be great, but no, man, you have to be honest about it. So again, Hezbollah, yeah. There'll be some rock. They'll just keep on killing each other. Nothing's gonna change. I'd rather have a better situation for people in Gaza because it is an open air apartheid situation. They call it an open air prison. Yeah, I agree with that. How are we going to change it? What's the system? What system will actually change? What process will be put in? I don't see any. Nobody's changing it, and within only ones who can change it is Israel. They're not changing. So I have no hope.
hopefully it changes for everyone in this situation. It's just sad seeing all the lost lives. Shout out to Mr. YG for the support. What's up, society? What's up, IP and Theo? Just showing love. Thank you both for the support. Much appreciated, bro. Awesome. All right, so let's see what do I have any more things to react to? Let's see. Present video file. Okay, so let's react to this one over here. Okay.
Okay, this video is for all my single moms out there. How is dating going for you? Dating in my 30s post-divorce is absolutely brutal and exhausting. And it feels like a second full-time job. And I haven't been dating because it's that exhausting. And I'm leaning more towards just being that crazy cat woman that we all heard about when we were younger and just owning a bunch of them and keeping my own space and not having to worry about anybody else again. But is it just me, or is dating so much harder now than it was when we were in our 20s or younger? I don't get it. Younger guys that are all interested in the mom thing, which is weird, or older guys who do not grow out of the frat boy phase. Somebody help.
Theo, what's your thoughts there, Theo? Is it men's fault or is it her fault, brother? As she's 30 in her 30s, what's going on with her, brother? Is it our fault for being in our frat boy phase?
No. So basically, feminism taught women that they can always do better. So they can always leave their husband, get half of his resources, and go find another man. What these women are facing right now is that men have changed in the West. So we're not going to simp for them anymore. We're not going to become stepfathers. We're not going to raise their children. So this is the first thing. So the quality men, a lot of them either are remaining single, they're only dating single women in the West, or they're becoming passport bros and leaving. So her options are dwindling. 20 years ago, she would have been wifed up. Not now. Men are too smart. So she needs to figure it out. And she's probably going to be the crazy cat woman. And so will a lot of single mothers right now. Their options to get remarried are going to be limited.
Thanks, Theo. Thanks. And Theo, I'm assuming that we want to see more women like this, right? We want to see more women in their 30s complaining about dating, etc., etc. You know, it gives you joy, Theo, right? A lot of joy, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually really do enjoy this. It does bring a smile to my face, and I think they deserve it. And this is when I start showing photos of me and my relationships that I have, and they get all crazy and everything. And I start to remind them that the women I'm with, they don't have any financial problems. But what about you, honey? So I do enjoy this. I think guys don't bail them out. Just kind of be in the background and silently mock them. This is the best thing.
Facts, absolute facts, man. Um, don't feel sorry for her. Don't feel sorry for her. I don't care anymore. I really don't. Brothers, work towards your goals, IT, your objectives, and take some joy in seeing women complain like this. Yeah, you deserved it. Because when you were at university, when you were a nerd, when you were growing up after university, watching anime, reading manga, women like this and never paid you no mind, right? Chasing the bad boys, dudes with tattoos, fucked out dudes. And now that brothers are passport bros, have options, we're gonna see a lot more women like this, but we ain't gonna save them. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save them, brothers. Don't save them. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, this has been a great stream so far. It's been very enjoyable. Do I have any more? Okay, so what would Theo want to watch? Okay, okay, let's go for this one over here.
On that coffee date. Do not go on that coffee date. Do not go on that boba date. Do not go meet that man for drinks. This man saw you, and his first initial thought wasn't, wow, I'd really love to get to know her over some dinner and a nice ambiance. He looked at you and said, Dunkin'? Starbucks? The amount of messages that I get from men that ask me if I like coffee. No, bitch, I don't like coffee. I actually hate it.
Brothers, as you already know right now, dating for women is a hustle. Okay, there's a reason why women in the West are dating 5 guys at the same time, is because they're getting free meals of those guys. Okay, so if she meets those 5 guys once every 5 guys at the burger shop, if she meets those 5 guys once every day, Monday to Friday, she's getting free meals. Do you think she's paying for the meal? Hell no. The dudes are paying for her. So that's why they get icky when you say coffee dates, because coffee is cheap and coffee doesn't fill the stomach up. So understand that, brothers, right? If a woman gets iffy about coffee dates, even if she's foreign, drop her. Drop her. If she isn't your girlfriend, if she's not wifey, you should not be taking her out to dinner dates. That's nonsense. Coffee is only $4. Pay for her, and that's it. If you vibe, awesome, another date. If you don't vibe, you have saved a lot of money. I hear of dudes going to Red Lobster, spending $100 on a date. What's going on? What's going on? Break it down for me, Theo, bruv.
Yeah, all of my serious relationships have been coffee dates first. We're talking globally. And I've dated women who look by far better than this woman does. So why would I even consider changing? In my eyes, this woman is broke. That's why she wants all this expensive stuff. If you're actually rich, you know the value of time and doing something simple so that you can talk to somebody. And she's not into talking about herself. She's into financial extraction or resource extraction. So just get rid of her. This is the kind of, again, she get no play if she go to Brazil.
Theo, you made a great point there, right? As to how, when you value money, when you grow older and you start earning money like Theo, you understand the importance of using your money correctly, right? So there's one situation where you go on a date with a woman, okay, and the meal comes up to $200. However, you type on Google Nvidia stock, and Nvidia stock is only $118. And you could have spent that money that you did on the dates on Nvidia stock. That's what I'm talking about, brothers. So dudes are spending stock money, life-changing money on frequent dates, dinner dates. $100 here, $200 here. $150 here. But you could be buying Amazon stock, the video stock, with that date money. Ain't that right, Theo? Y'all gotta be smart here, brothers, man.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with this. There's no reason to be dating her. I mean, go put your money into stocks. So again, like I save at least $6,000. I invest at least $6,000 a month. That's my minimum. Why would I take this woman out to like a $200 dinner? It makes no sense. To be honest, I would take her to Starbucks. I would take her to, she could have a latte. I'd have tea. And I'd just sit there and talk with her. And then if she wanted something more, if she's hungry, I'd take her to Chipotle. It's fine. Chipotle is a Mexican restaurant. Or there's some, I'm here in Austin, so there's plenty of like street food that's from Mexicans. And that would be it. I would just give her that kind of food and sit there and talk to her. If she was unable to do that, I'd be like, "What's your problem? I don't have time for this," and that's it. She'd be gone.
Facts, absolute facts, man. Get your passport, brothers. Get your passport, man. Awesome. Let's see here. Do I have anything else? Let's address this one. Let's see. This one will be Theo.
おごるべきだと思いますか？
そんなことないと思います。
あ、そんなことない。
全然割り勘で。
あ、割り勘。それはなんでですか？
別に私が払ってもいいなって。負担をかけたくないなっていう。
あ、負担をかけたくない。
自分にお金使ってほしいなっていう。
自分にお金使ってほしい。あ、すごいすごい。
返さなきゃいけなくなっちゃう。
返さなきゃいけなくなっちゃう。
次でおごるとか交互にやるなら。
男の人っておごるべきかなみたいな。おごるべきだと思いますか？
いや絶対そうだとは思わないです。
それはなぜですか？
なんででも同じ人間なんで別に男性女性って考えてないです。
Oh, brothers, break it down for me, Theo. You were there for a long time. You experienced the culture, Theo. Is this the correct statement here, Theo? Break it down for me, brother.
Yeah, so Japanese and Russian women think very similarly in this terms, to be honest. But I want you guys to understand, when I was in Japan, no woman ever paid her 50% for her date. I always paid for the date. It's the way it was. Dates aren't expensive in Japan. You can easily have a date, like especially a first date, like 3,000 yen. So it's not that much money. It's easy to pay for. It's no big deal. So, but at least the way they're talking right now, they're talking really about how to have a relationship. I'm trying to figure out what station that is, actually. I know the train. I think that's a Tozai line. Just trying to. That's probably in Chiba. So I'm trying to. Again, they're really down to earth. That's all I can say.
Damn. So, brother, so you're telling me that either you pay for the date or she would pay for the date? Damn.
No, I would just pay for it.
No, but not you, Phil. But she's saying that in the video, right? That they take turns treating each other.
Yeah.
So, brother, when was the last time a West woman treated you, brother? And did that kind of? That's what we say, brothers. This is why we're passport bros, man. It's night and day. It's night and day. Now, I don't go to these countries expecting women to treat me right, but if one day she wakes up saying, "Hey, IP, you pay for the day before, you know, I want to treat you IP." I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. I'm gonna be in a car, you know, chilling. Ain't that right for you? Western women just won't do this, brothers. They don't, brothers.
I'd say just, I mean, let her pay for like ice cream or something like that if she really wants to. But I mean, you can, like, it's especially right now, even 10,000 yen for one day of dating is kind of hard to do. I mean, there's only so much stuff you can do in a day. So unless you go to a movie, yeah, they're a little more expensive. It's fine. It's not going to be such a big issue with you guys. So I'd say go out, have your fun. My big point is don't date fours like this. These are fours.
Oh. Okay.
Don't date fours like this, guys. You can do better than this.
Okay. Awesome. Alrighty. Okay.
I know I'm being brutal, but I'm just like I want guys to be dating eights. Because if you're with an 8, you're not going to be thinking about going half and half or anything like that. You're going to pay 100%.
Facts, bro. So let's go to this one here.
어떻게 해결할 수
Korea's low birth rate.
우리나라 출산 문제는 어떻게 해결할 수 있을까요?
해결이 안 돼요. 이거는 그냥 그런 거예요. 그냥 북유럽 국가들 그렇게 살기 좋아도 출산율 2명 안 되잖아요. 그래서 받고 독일도 그렇게 살기 좋아도 출산율 2가 안 돼. 이거 본질적으로 어차피 해결할 수 없는 문제라서 이민자를 그냥 많이 받는 것밖에 방법이 없는 것 같아요. 뭐 막 그 청년 임대주택 같은 거 하고 뭐 이렇게 결혼하기 좋은 환경을 만들면은 그 더 나아지긴 하겠지만 그래도 그 사회가 유지되려면 2명은 낳아야 되는데 2명까지는 절대 안 올라갈 거라는 거죠.
솔직하게 말하면 시간이 좀 지났다고 생각해요. 저희가 한국 사람들이 노력을 안 하는 사람들이 아니라고 생각하거든요. 굉장히 많은 노력을 하는 사람들이고 하드워커로 알려진 민족인데 그 사람들이 이렇게 노력해도 금전적인 부분 때문에 아이를 포기한다고 말할 정도면은 저는 그건 올바른 사회가 아니라고 생각하거든요. 그래서 기초적인 것들을 다 잡아주셨으면 좋겠어요. 그래서 뭐 우리의 수입 문제부터 시작을 해서 그게 안정이 되면 연애하고 싶은 마음이 생길 것 같고요. 또 연애를 했었을 때 올바른 자녀 제도와 그다음에 어머니 부양 제도가 만들어진다면 저희가 결혼 안 할 이유는 없다고 생각해요.
So you heard the first guy said that, we need to accept more immigrants, in Korea. I've got a master plan, Theo. Okay, Theo? And the master plan is that for us to save Korea's birth rate, I wanna get 250k brothers from America, another 250k brothers from the UK, another 250k brothers from Australia, and another 250,000 from, let's say, Canada brothers. That's 1 million, brother, to book flights to South Korea, right, and fix that birth rate issue. Tell the president of South Korea I can get that done pronto. Give me the resources, give me the time. I can get 1 million bros over there to fix that birth rate issue. They want immigrants, brother, and brothers can do it. What's your thoughts, Phil? Break it down for me, bro.
Uh-huh. Okay. If I had it my way, I would actually work to end World War II in Asia. And so I would make an agreement with China and say Taiwan goes back to China if North Korean leadership is removed and North Korea is united to South Korea. And along with that, U.S. military bases are removed from South Korea. This would solve a lot of problems. And the amount of growth that would happen for Korea would be unprecedented. And there would be plenty of opportunities for them to marry other Koreans. So they can make North Korea into like a haven, the way that it's supposed to be. And there'll be lots and lots of growth. This would be trillions of dollars worth of growth. That's how I would do it.
Okay, but Theo, how do black men play a part in this? We as black men must play a part in this, in my opinion, bro. We gotta play a part, bro.
No. Koreans are some of the most restrictive people I've ever met. If you can, okay, so you got Pooh, right? He's married to a Korean. If we can get amongst our groups, if we can just get 2 guys, 2 black men to marry Koreans, I would consider that to be a success. Just 2. That's it. The way they think, the way they do things, man, it's very hard to marry a Korean. So, oh well, I'm a dreamer with you, bro, but I'm realistic about these Hanguk Yoja are very strong, so I don't see it happening.
Hangyo, what does that mean? Sorry.
Hanguk Yoja? Hanguk Yoja means Korean woman. The Hanguk Namja, that's Korean man.
Theo, so I'm looking at K-pop, right, Theo? I'm looking at I was in Korea last year, and the K-pop influence seems to come from Black American culture, the dancing, the music, the beats. Brother, it starts from there, Theo. It starts from the music, then women doing more research. Hey, it's come from there. Then women seeing that, okay, Black American men. Who are Black American men? They see bros like Theo, like Johnny, like Black Muslim, educate IT bros. Okay, Black man. Okay, Black man. We want more Black men over in South Korea. I mean, it's brother. I feel like Black men got to play a part in helping solve this birth rate crisis. IT bros, educate IT bros. I feel like we got to get South Korean women more aware about Black men. Many Black men want them, Theo. Many Black men want South Korean chicks. So Theo, how can we get Black men and South Korean chicks to come together and fall in love, etc., etc.? Theo, you know what? Because guess what, Theo? Black men have Japanese chicks, okay? But how can we get South Korean chicks to come on the side like Japanese chicks feel? How? What's going wrong? Come on, South Korean women, come on. We're here. Brothers are here.
Okay. So if they were talking about how great the black music was and we were standing in front of them, most likely the Japanese girl would hear about it and the black guy would be dating the Japanese girl at the end of the night, not the Korean. That's how that would go down. They just don't have a culture where they date out like that. It's not who they are. I wish I could say something different, but I can't. And I just want to say, I respect Koreans. I like Koreans. I really like them. They've been very influential in my life. I have a lot of respect for them. But nah, man, getting their women is really hard to do.
It's a shame, Phil, because they're the most Christian nation in the whole of East Asia, and it's just a shame that I wish Japan was the most Christian nation in East Asia, but isn't. It's South Korea. But the love between South Korean women and black men has a lot of work to do. I don't know what we can do to improve that, but it's a shame, bruv. Absolute shame. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that. I mean, shout out to South Korean women. You guys are amazing. But again, there's certain kind of South Korean women that I like. If I can marry one in 3 months, done. I wouldn't even ask twice. Boom! It'd be instantaneous. I consider that my life fulfilled. The bucket list is over. Make some kids with her, I die happy. But that's not going to happen. So, yeah, Thai is more likely. A Thai woman.
or a Japanese Christian chick. Ain't that right, Phil?
No, because Japanese Christians are like less than 1% of the population, and most of them are the old grandmothers. So, new, young Christian people, religious people in Japan are quite rare. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. I wish I could say yeah, but no, that guy. No. It'd be like trying to find a Blasian in Tokyo. And it's something you like to see happen, but it's not really going to happen. It'd be cool, but I don't see it.
Damn. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Phil, I don't think I have any more clips for us to react to. But I'm gonna stay on for a bit more. If you want to stay on, brother, we can open up the phone lines if you want to chop up. But anyway, feel free to leave anytime you want to. Feel, I know it's up to
Yeah,
you.
I want to listen. I want to listen to what people are coming in and talking. I think that's let other people come in and come on there. Yeah, I've had a good show. I mean, like people are pinging me. I've been watching that, so I gotta go back to work. But yeah, it's been fun. Guys,
How can I help?
Siri, be quiet.
What was that?
That was Siri.
Oh,
Siri. Okay, so I would say, guys, basically, if you want, again, just be realistic and look at the patterns. If you see a lot of black men marrying in a certain area, that's probably where you're going to do the best. If you see white guys getting rejected in a certain area, you may not have so much success there. So try your best. That's all I can say. And let's see what you can do. Anyway, good stream. Had a good time talking to you. I want some fish. It's lunch hour right now in Japan, so I want some fish. So gotta have something. I can't go to sleep until around 2 o'clock tonight, so that's good enough for me. So anyway, I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, Theo.
Yep.
See you next week. Peace out, bro. Great stream, man. Great stream. Summertime over here in the UK. It's hot over here, brothers, man. I'm boiling. It is hot. But how y'all doing, man? Where's everyone listening from? What city? What country? So if there's any background noise, just turned on the fan because I'm boiling, brothers, man. It's hot as a mofo up in this mofo, man. It's hot, bruv. It's flipping hot, bruv. But if you're here, brothers, let me know, man. Who's here? What country? What city? It's 25 degrees. Yeah, summertime, bro. Summertime over here. Damn. Summertime. And I'm hot, man. Jeez. Oh, as hot as a mofo. Just finished eating some vegetables. Do you guys eat vegetables by itself? Like literally just boil a bunch of carrots, a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of cauliflower, and just eat it. Do you guys just do that? You know? Who does that? Yeah, I want to eat more healthy. You know? Do y'all do that? No one talks about Ireland or Iceland. Brother, I've done Iceland, brother. I've done Iceland. International passport Iceland. We've been done that, bro. That was 9 months ago. That was a classic stream. Classic, bro. Passport bros, Iceland. Passport bros, Iceland. Yeah, we been done that, bro. We been done that. Facts. Classic. He says here, I make collard greens. I could, but I won't. I make soup out of it. Interesting. I like my veggies in a stew. Okay. Now I'm eating raw vegetables right now. Literally just boiled it up. Then I'm just eating it with my fork. You know, broccoli, peas, cauliflower, carrots. Yeah, I do go have some chicken and rice tomorrow. You know, but I want to eat healthy, man. You know, no junk, just healthy food, man. So what's everyone's diet like? What do you eat in the morning, in the evening, in the nighttime? Are you guys bulking up? Are you cut? What do y'all eat, man? You know, I've been eating healthy, a lot of water. Actually, let me drink some water right now. Hold on, let me drink some more water. Hey, water's good, man. What food are you eating to bulk up? What food, bro? Had some orange bananas today as well. Chicken, turkey, eggs, oatmeal, peanut butter. Awesome, bro. Rice and chicken. Is it white rice or is it brown rice? You know, is it white rice or brown rice? Hey, shout out to Quiet Storm DJ for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Damn, I'm late. I'll have to catch the playback later. Salute at IPN Theo. Peace out. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. Yeah, I gotta get in shape, man. I want to be really cut, big. I want to bulk up, but I want to have a slim face. You know, I want to have a slim face, but a big body. What's in your smoothie, bro? What's in your protein smoothie? Yeah, you know what does that make up? Yeah, Black Muslim in the building. Give me 1 second, brother. Hold on, bro. Let me go toilet quickly. Hold on, toilet. Hold on, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. What's up, Black Muslim? How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
Not bad, bro. Can you hear the background noise? My fan, is that loud?
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I hear it.
Okay. Sorry, bro. It's a bit hot over here. But how you keeping, man?
I'm all right, man. I was calling in, man, because man, we talked about a lot of subjects tonight, man. But a few of them, man, was interesting. The first one was that I caught was you know, like the children, man. Like children you brothers have, like they have a right over you, man. You know, imagine being the son of a father who married a 304. You know what I'm saying? Or had his child with a 304. Like that woman she is what she is. I'm not really directing it at the 304 as much as I'm directing it at, the father. Like that's not right that you put your son in that situation. You know, he got to wake up in the morning and she looking at him like, I don't even want to feed you. You just a burden. You make my life difficult. You know, you've seen different scenarios. You know, sometimes the 304, she changes her life because she got the kid and she becomes better. And other times she just feels like the child, it was a mistake and she doesn't want to deal with it. But the whole time, the father is the one who put the child in that situation. If that happened to you, you know what I'm saying, you would hate it. Or any other types of things. Your mother is she's not an educated woman. She doesn't value education, so she doesn't educate you. And also, like, you don't marry women who's going to eventually split the home up, right? So, like, you got this epidemic of women just like, hey, I'm out, you know what I'm saying? Because, you're not exciting. and everything on social media is much more exciting than you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing too. And a lot of us, you know, we kind of fall into this young, so we make the mistakes. But like for the brothers that's listening that don't have children, like you owe it to your child, your son, your daughter, to give them a good mother. And with that is also step part 2, which is that good education. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of who the child is personality wise will come from the mother. If she respects you as a man, your children will respect you, right? If she come in and say, do this before your father comes home, that teaches them to have respect for the father before he's not even there. He becomes a legend in his children's eyes, and they always want to surpass him, and they will eventually. You know what I'm saying? But that becomes their goal in life, to become better. But that starts with the mother. That doesn't start with, you know. So if you deal with a woman who doesn't respect you, and you having kids with her, then you know that's part of the problem. And what does that look like? Like what Theo was saying earlier, she doesn't want to go out on a coffee date. I'll be honest, man. When I take Chuck out on a coffee date or ice cream, they are ecstatic to be there. They are happy to be, you know, in my presence. You know, I'm married now, so I don't have that situation. When my wife just texts me like, "I miss our coffee dates," like the simple thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about the coffee. It's not about, you know, the location. It's about enjoying my company. You know what I'm saying? But that's because she respects me. So I was just saying all this to say, like, that respect is going to trickle over to the children. And the children are going to grow up respecting you. And then your principles and your values are going to be instilled in them because they respect you. You know? I read this book a long time ago called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the guy said the rich dad, when he came into his store, he bought whatever he took. But part of the reason why that lesson stuck with him so long throughout life and eventually helped him become a wealthy man was because he already respected that man from how everybody else around that man treated him. So also like being in this society where people that, well, you know, you're just naturally not respected, you know, like the guy with the plumber situation, to call in over 500 calls trying to get this guy fired. Like that's the thing now. That's the thing. That's a thing happening in the background. I was complaining one day to a friend about like how a person can call, you know, 696 kids anonymously and create a complete lie, and no one does anything to the person who created the lie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. That's insane. I don't want to go into just like running on, but like it should be a penalty. If you call in and your lie, a thing you said about somebody turns out to be a lie, we should never take your testimony again.
Facts.
You're a liar.
Absolute facts, bro. Facts. Facts, brother. Facts, man. Let me see here.
I was just thinking about these things like when we were going through them, but like there's a lot of things, and then you know there's a lot of subjects that Theo already touched on, and I agree a lot with, man. A lot of that stuff he was saying. He did make me think about a few things when he said like what country has developed because of Russia's partnership, and I was kind of thinking about that.
Let's give it time, bro. Let's give it time.
Yeah.
You know, we never know. You know, you know, I don't want to lose hope. You know, hope is what gets us through, bro.
I think what I see when it comes to like the Sahel Alliance is a little bit different, right? I think I see from what I've been watching, it's like it looks like a partnership, in that like the Russians come in and say, hey, we can sell you these weapons today, right? Or we can provide the security detail here, right? Or like it's not just Russia, like they got Bayraktar, you know, drones from Turkey. It's a lot of countries that's pulling up to help, but they can pull up to help a lot more efficiently now because they don't have to, like Niger and the rest of the people in the Sahel Alliance don't have to turn around and say, America is okay if I make this deal, or France, is it okay if I make this deal? They don't have to do that no more. They can say, I want to make this deal because it benefits them. So they can make deals with China at the same time they can make deals with Russia, at the same time they can make deals with Turkey. Whereas before they would have been told by France, you can't make a deal with it because we don't like it. Or we're going to be the ones controlling this, or you have to pass everything through us. That's not like, autonomy for a country. So I think I see it a little bit differently as far as outside of Russia. I'm not saying inside of Russia. I have no clue about inside of Russia, but I'm just saying, like, when I see them dealing with this, like the Sahel Alliance, they seem to be, kind of acting, at least for now, as partners. So I like that.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Shout out to Royal Black. Royal, have you seen the crypto market recently? Bitcoin tanked. Jeez. If you wanna, if you got to do a stream, brother, about that, let me know. I've got a space this week. If you want to speak about why that tanks, again, how the market's going, etc., etc. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, any other thoughts you have, Black Muslim?
The women over 30 saying they can't find a relationship is so crazy to me, man. I think like I'll look at like how society has natural emplacements to self-correct over time. So like, let's say like women start to become, feminists, right? And then they'll start saying like, we want this, and making ridiculous demands. So what naturally happens? Naturally, men just kind of start leaving them alone, right? And then the other part of that is like there's a like your sustenance. Where does stuff come from? Like, so you get it from your husband or whatever else like that. So some things like you making emotional decisions to run the family, right? Like I was I watched a woman one time, like I was dealing with this woman, so we couldn't make any decisions, right? Me and her together, because she's like it's a democracy with her, so she has to go ask her son and her daughter and her other son and her other daughter, and she has to get everybody's vote on any issue, right? To me, that's inefficient. That's not how things should be done. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, I'm paying for everything, so why am I asking them their opinion, right? So this kind of thing, this matriarchal society becomes difficult for progress. But anyway, I still have to say, like the women over time, they end up becoming a self-correct. But now you can't really even self-correct because you actually have like power structures in place to make sure that the women's voice is always being heard, always being like taken into consideration. I'm not saying like for example, somebody comes and says, the guy with the plumber guy, right? We don't like him. You need to fire him, and they just make these 500 calls, right? Instead of the company going and say these people are harassing us, right? There should be some sort of penalty for that, right? Whatever they have, whatever type of law they have for that harassment, No, instead they have to fire the guy, right? And it's all just for a difference of opinion. Like that still has me like kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like social media. I remember when Facebook first came out, because first Facebook came out as a college thing, right? So college students, you had to have a college email to even use Facebook. And when Facebook first came out, I was watching people break up their relationships in real life because in the virtual world, he liked somebody's picture, or she was like, liking somebody else's picture, or she made a comment picture or something like that, whatever. It was like, what is this nonsense? They were doing things that they would do in real life, but it wasn't a problem, right? So now you got like people it's just taking it to the extreme, like it's way worse than it used to be. It's actually absolutely crazy.
Facts, bro. Facts. Shout out to Royal for the support. Would love to do a stream. Hit me up. Okay, brother. Let's get that done ASAP. If the market is still red and tanking, let's do that stream ASAP. Someone told me Bitcoin might go down to 50K. But yeah, let's discuss that, bro. ASAP. Thank you, brother. Awesome. So I'm going to be here for 5 more minutes. So if y'all want to call in, send me some more support, that'd be greatly appreciated. Black Muslim, thank you, bro, for supporting the stream Friday tonight, bro. That's much appreciated, man.
No problem, man. I'm gonna get back to studying, man. But I just wanted to, call in.
So, before you go, bro. So, brothers, can we please congratulate Black Muslim for passing his exam? He's my former Python student. He recently passed his IT. What was it again, bro?
Cloud practitioner.
He passed his AWS certification. We're super proud of Black Muslim. So can you please all congratulate him in the chat, please, for him for passing his exam. He's got a cert now. He's got the Python skill set. He's on his way to earning big 6 figures, Lord willing, man. So Black Muslim, how does it feel to pass that? And can we all sing Theo's praises too? And definitely make sure that tell everyone that he's a great teacher. By the way, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate both of you guys, man. Theo, thanks everybody for the congrats too, man. Theo, IP, man, y'all put me into a whole nother world, man, and I actually like it here. Like, it's actually fun to see how this whole works. I might end up like in the architectural side more than the DevOps side because it's actually pretty fun over here. But I'm still gonna follow the course that Theo lay out in front of us. So SA is next, and then I'll start applying for jobs and positions and stuff. But like, yeah, man, I'm actually really, really grateful, man, to the whole thing. I talked about it before, man, but that day I was just sitting on the couch. I didn't like where my life was headed, man. It was just work. I'm working 11 hours a day. I made, decent money, but it was like I'm never around my kids and all the other kind of stuff. So now, like, IT allows you to be a father and make money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely very grateful to both of you brothers, man. And I recommend anybody who's sitting around still thinking about it, jump in it, man, because the quicker you start, the faster you start getting to the money, man.
Well done, bro. Wishing you future success, man. And yeah, bro, keep on working hard, keep on thriving, man. And it's only a matter of time, bro, before you start living the IT lifestyle. And you put in work, Muslim, Mr. Black Muslim. You put in a lot of work, man, and it's finally paying off. Now that you have that contextual Python and AWS knowledge, the world's your oyster, bro. So keep on pushing on, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, go back to studying, trying to get this done before I get to the conclave. All right.
Awesome,
Peace.
bro. Salute, take easy, brother. You see that, brothers? That's motivation right there, man. That's motivation right there, man. Shout out to the dude Theo Waff, for his great teaching. I mean, and also Theo will be teaching machine learning AI next year, but we're gonna speak more about that very soon. And you gotta take my Python course for that. So, we're putting in work, man. But Theo, this guy, man, he's like a Terminator robot. I think Theo must be AI in human form. Theo is definitely AI in human form. But shout out to Theo. And, shout out to Black Muslim for getting that computer, man. Awesome. Okay. It's hot up in this mofo. Jeez. How am I gonna sleep tonight, man? It's too hot. Maybe I watch some pop the balloon stuff, huh? Laugh myself to sleep. Ooh. Sun's already up, bro. Sun's already up. Sun is already up. So it's the 25th. 25th, huh? 25th. 25th of June. Time waits for no man. Time waits for no man. Damn. It's 12:30 in Tokyo. Huh? Yeah. 12:30. Phil, you in Tokyo right now, bro? You in Tokyo right now, bro? Theo's in Tokyo. Theo's in Tokyo. I wonder if they know how they live in Tokyo. If you see me and you really want to go, Mate buyo. Take that to yo. All right, so where's everyone listening from? What city, what country? Again, you can DM me on IG for what's it called? If you want to come on the channel. Oh yeah, I got a new country. I'm gonna do at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. No, yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern time. New country. Okay. Can you guess? 3 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, which is I think tomorrow, right? Because you guys are on Monday, right? Today it's already Tuesday. New country today. Okay, 3 p.m. Eastern time zone. Do not miss it. Okay. It's gonna be a classic. Oh, okay. Oh, who knows? But it's gonna be a very interesting country. Okay. Again, we gotta try and get every country on planet Earth. We gotta try and get every country on planet Earth. Insightful. Yeah. We don't know. We don't know what country is. We don't know yet, but yeah, y'all gonna love it, man. Y'all gonna love it. But it's tomorrow morning, actually today. So in around 5 hours from now, I'm gonna put up as a pre-stream. Okay, don't you miss it. It's gonna be a classic. So we got two streams in one. Two streams. We got new country, and we have a country versus another country, and it's gonna be a classic. How am I gonna sleep? This is intense. Oh, this is intense. How am I gonna? I got two streams in one day. How am I gonna sleep? Oh my goodness. I mean, I wish I could do this. I wish, right, I could do this full time. I wish I could, because I'm getting old, man. My body's slowing down, and these late nights, these working a full-time job too, bruv, it's tough. I'm one day I'm gonna do this full time, man. One day, I gotta believe. I gotta believe. I gotta go get it, man. Okay, so let me check the crypto market. Okay, let's see. Crypto 24 hours, 7 days. Okay, all the AI stocks are up. All the AI coins are up. That's a bit interesting. Why is that? Why are all the AI crypto coins green? What's going on here? Interesting. Sana. One month. Market cap 7 days. That popped off. Interesting. That's a Solana coin as well. Huh. That popped off. Jeez. Why did that pop off? Why did that pop off? Why did this coin pop off? Let me see. Intel and Chad. Brav. Chad? Hey, Real, man. Real. I'm praying that crypto pops up for you, bro. Don't worry, bro. When your crypto runs, I'm praying you retire, bro, and you live a life, bro. Don't worry, man. It's coming. It's soon come, bro. Soon come, bro. Soon come. You know. Let's believe, bro. Let's believe. I'm waiting for that parabolic bull run. You know, it's patience. Patience will come. September. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. Yeah, brothers, have a great week ahead, and I'll see you, brothers, 3 p.m. Eastern time, new country. Two streams tomorrow, and I'll see you, brothers, right on the next video. Peace.